wish on.
Hello and welcome back to the final episode of the year for the CounterCast. I cannot believe it has been this long, and it is a 2-year anniversary. And to do that, we've got a lovely, awesome rotating panel to really just talk about, well, frankly, what the last year has been, because 2024 has been stupid and wild. And I think a lot of folks have forgotten some of the early parts of the year that were just as insane as what we've been seeing now. Jimmy Carter died yesterday. Did anybody know that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does anybody really care?
No.
I mean, I don't care. I didn't find out until today. So I'm like, oh, well, this was news yesterday. How did anyone not hear it? But yeah, no. So before we get into anything, let's just say hey to everybody.
Hold on.
Go for it.
Jimmy Carter was killed by IGP Mexican because he was on Circle of Jerks on Saturday night, and his avatar happened to be Jimmy Carter. What are the fucking odds, Leon? And then he dies the next day.
So you're saying an illegal immigrant killed a former president? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
I'm saying that right now. It's a fact. It happened. I don't know how yet, but I'm going to prove it.
Where is CNN on this hard-hitting news? Do you know what that could do for your channel if it became announced that, like, a Canadian had an illegal immigrant on his channel, that illegal immigrant killed a president?
Yep.
Bro, you'd do numbers. Like, probably from Iran and shit, but you'd still do numbers.
Russia, too.
I'm hearing your next topic for Wednesday, Zax. That's what I'm hearing.
How did he kill Jimmy Carter? What are the odds that someone as young as IJP, who's from Mexico, has his avatar being Jimmy Carter the day before he dies? What are the odds?
Jimmy Carter or was it Biden? Because they look pretty close.
It was Jimmy Carter for sure. Yeah.
I'm curious what IJP knows about Jimmy Carter. Why was a 20-something-year-old Mexican have Jimmy Carter as a profile pic?
Great questions. All of them. Great questions. What are the chances, right?
Well, you know what? That's going to be hard-hitting news number one. IJP Mexican, global manhunt. Find that man. He'll never get his Minecraft video out now. Vex, tell the people who you are and what you do.
I am Vex Electronica. I make YouTube videos, and I sometimes say spicy things. Thank you, Leon.
say as spicy as you want. That's the reason. Your videos are great, but the whole reason I love you is because, frankly, I mean, like you said, you're going fag free this year. I mean, that's your New Year's resolution, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Nadia, what about you? Tell people who you are and what you do.
I run a horror channel, not a whore. A horror channel
on
YouTube. I cover mostly that in the genre, and I just hang out with you guys and just have a good time. So thank you, Leon, for inviting me. I'm very proud of you, man. Congratulations on 2 years. This is awesome. I can't wait to see what 2025 brings you.
I can't wait to see what it brings all of us here, especially because, we met so many new people in 2024. For example, Brian, Gasoline and Vertebrate, my man, you and I have met in the last, 2-3 months, and it's been a blast. Tell people who you are and what you do.
Hey, what's up? My name's Brian. I do a show called Space Couch, and I do a new show with our very own Leon called Deep Six Flex. and I do a bunch of music under Gasoline Invertebrate and the Godsicles, and I run a record label called Ligerhawk Records. And congratulations to Leon. It's Neon Leon, so I wanted to do like a neon background.
Nice.
I appreciate it. It looks good, man. It does. Thank you.
Yeah, I worked
Very
really
good
hard
night.
on stealing it from YouTube.
And last but not least, Amanda from Canada. Tell these folks who you are and what you do.
Right now, I'm solving crime in my spare time by trying to track down Jimmy Carter's killer. But also, this is about you, dude. Congrats, 2 years. Leon's one of the best guys I've met on this platform, and not in a gay kind of way, but he's always there. He's always helpful, and I argue with him quite a bit. We used to fight more, but I appreciate that so much because
he saw my dad, and he's like, "I'm not gonna fight him anymore because my dad could beat him."
I can't take his dad. I will not fight your dad. No chance.
I'll take your dad. I'll take on your dad.
I think all the ladies here would love to take on your dad. And lots of positions could be fun, like the triangle, things like that. They could figure it out. But yeah, you are a fantastic dude, and I'm lucky to have met you, and I love hanging out with you. So I'm here for you.
Well, thank you, man. I do truly appreciate it. I want to make this about just also everybody that I met over the
Too
course
bad
of
it's
the
about
last
you.
year to 2 years. But before that, let's say hey to the chat, because there's a lot of folks in here, and it means the world to me you guys are here. Also, we saw a raid from Lummy right at the beginning. Thank you so much, Lummy. Truly appreciate it. Yeah, this is going to be great. Thank you so much. Who else we got in here? Let's say hi. We got Scooby Pup coming in first. Bam, hit that like button. Loomis Anonymous says she cannot wait. Jeremy Hughes reviews. Justin Cook. Tomby, thank you so much, Tomby. Philip Morgan's in the house. Emily's dismantling Delulu's my longest lasting member. You've been here since like the beginning. So thank you so much. UK Gamer popping in. T-Gap Steve, Devil Dragon. I forgot to click on your T-Gap, sorry. Clay says happy anniversary. Also, what do you think? Who do you think should voice Metal Sonic and Sonic 4? I won't lie. I don't really have opinions on that so much so as use an AI robot voice and stop paying actors. They're not worth it. Actors are douchebags. Anybody else?
My goodness, that's a spicy take.
I mean, name like a good actor besides, as in like a not piece of shit actor besides like I don't know Ryan Reynolds. He hasn't like touched any kids that I know of.
Keanu Reeves is a good person.
Yeah, okay, fair, but he's already been in a Sonic movie, so I don't think it counts. But yes, you're right. I don't think he's touched kids either.
Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah, Wesley Snipes.
No,
but he's
he
black.
probably did some touching in prison, and yeah, he's black. Black people don't count. That's what I've come to learn on YouTube.
3/5.
Because actually I can say that you're brown. UK Gamer in the house, truly appreciate it. Salina Girl 69, much love towards Paris. I haven't seen in a while, Salina Girl. Thank you so much. And then Nadia, thank you.
What?
You didn't need to do that, girly. Truly appreciate it. 5 Words of Paradise skip memberships. Hondo, you are just on one tonight. Sorry,
Leon,
Jack to speak.
of course I needed to do it, Leon. You support me in so many ways, Leon. Like my lofty brother. Of course. I'm happy to. I wish I could do more. Believe me.
I appreciate you didn't need to. And since the subject of Sonic came up, I'm gonna give you this clip for this. Thank you so much, girl.
Now excuse me while I harass someone for having pronouns in their bio.
Everyday existence on X. I wish that had been in the movie, but lo and behold, Zombie Bomb is here. Kenneth Ren's Domingo, the Gaming Wolf. Let's see who else we have. Rock. So much for the raid. You absolutely didn't need to. Magma Fox. Case is here. Case, you must be new. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Philip Morgan. And guys, I'm going to be sitting here listening to names all night. So let's just get into the topics. Why don't we? 2024 was stupid, like in terms of news, what pop culture, politics, the whole nine. Does anyone have something that throughout the year that just jumps out at them as, wow, this happened this year?
Oh, hand raised, sir.
Go for it, girly.
Okay. Women revealed that they are fucking morons in the spring of this year.
Oh, in
okay,
the
well,
spring of this year. So I'm not even talking about like the 4B movement. What happened spring?
No, okay. So remember how all of these like suddenly conservative like commentators or whatever came out to like talk about how men are really toxic and how women need more power in the conservative movement, and essentially all of them outed themselves as like raging leftists in disguise.
I actually do vaguely remember this. I think like Colin Rugg and like Ben Shapiro and whatnot all made comments on it, and then like yeah, I do vaguely remember this. You had this like weird like warring faction of conservative dudes simping and then telling women shut the fuck up and know your place.
Exactly. And then women were just like, men need to sit down and give women more power. And like the reason the Republican Party is so weak is because it doesn't like it talks down to women. And I'm like, these bitches, man, you should have known. Women will just do whatever they want for clout and go wherever the clout is. That's what all these bitches did. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
It honestly amazes me because did Ann Coulter have anything to say on that? I imagine she would probably still be relatively based and be like, "Oh no, women, shut the fuck up." Do you know?
I don't remember if she had anything. Like I just like Lauren Southern, Sydney Watson, Savannah something.
Is Sydney Watson
What's
a
her
closet
face?
lefty?
No, she's not even a closet lefty. She is a hardcore leftist. She just flipped the script because like lockdowns happened and woke culture happened. That's it. But she was always a liberal before that.
Okay, well that sums that up.
Women
Nadia,
in the United States. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Leanne.
no, I was just gonna say, do you have an opinion on this? Yeah, go for it.
Women in the United States are spoiled fucking brats. Case in point, I just sent this to Vex the other day. Do you guys know that there's a new Taliban rule for the women that they are no longer allowed to be visible from their house windows under any circumstances? Like if there's a window in their kitchen, women can't even cook near it. And women here in the United States don't realize how privileged we are here. And they just complain about everything and equal rights is that sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Sorry for swearing. But yeah, that's my opinion.
My lofty sister. Brian,
yeah,
do you have any hot takes about women?
No, but to me, I mean, I wish I could have any hot takes about women, but my Tinder is deader than fucking Jimmy Carter. How about somebody took a shot at Trump, missed him by an inch, and it was like a 6.5. Like in terms of reaction, like 7 bippity tops.
That was another thing that happened this year. Like not once, but twice. They attempted to kill him twice. And how, if you're conspiratorial like I am, then you believe that the CIA was behind it. You know, how bad is the CIA? That's why we need to get rid of them. They're so bad at their jobs they can't even succeed in killing the dude that wants to get rid of their job.
You're telling me this 20-year-old something had no social media, nothing, a clean apartment? Nothing.
Get the fuck out of here.
Out of here. Yeah. Put my tinfoil hat. I didn't know Gooch was going to be here. I wouldn't have worn pants then.
Yeah. I'm just going to copy Gooch now.
Gooch, how you doing, brother? Thank you so much for coming.
Well,
there's still time, Nadia. There's still time.
Happy anniversary there, Leon.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up and hanging out. And yeah, again, it means the world to me. Just so be the new time slot for CounterCast going forward. But I want to get the jump on it and just celebrate with all my friends, of which you are again, you, Zach, the whole nine. You shall mean the world to me.
I've enjoyed this year the male feminists calling themselves out at this point. Justin Trudeau, for example. He's fired every female member of his cabinet after making a big deal about having all these women in his cabinet. They've all stabbed him in the back by calling out truth that of the shit he's pulling off, and then he's ousted them one after another. So I like that. And this guy another Justin Baldini, I didn't know anything about him. My wife's been telling me about him, and he was like male feminist of the year for like 3 years running, winning all these awards. Now they're taking all the awards back because he's a piece of shit, and that's what I like to see. And one bonus, this is world stuff, but I like that Zimbabwe is bringing back. You're begging the white farmers to come back because they're starving to death. You're welcome.
Hold on. Is Justin? Oh, okay.
No, go for it, Vex.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. Is Justin Baldoni actually in the wrong? I
have no idea. Don't care.
Okay. Oh, all right.
But he's a male feminist now. He looks bad for it. So even if he's right, the male feminist is wrong. So
fair.
In this case, he could be innocent, but it doesn't matter because he's getting called out by the same people he's been propping up and calling out other people about. So fuck it. I enjoy it.
Also, what's going on in Zimbabwe? I know this was a thing in South Africa as well several years ago.
It's the same thing, and but they're acknowledging it quicker that they are starving, and there's different reasons for it. That they will say it's famine and weather or whatever, but they've always had weather in Zimbabwe, so it's not a new thing. And they've, of course, like South Africa, they kicked all the European low melanated farmers off the land and then took it over, but they don't know how to farm or can't be bothered, and so they're actually starving to death year over year. And so they're begging them to say, please come back and take these farms again. from us.
Did you guys remember seeing all the videos of what black people were doing to white people in South Africa like a decade ago? Do you
Yeah.
guys remember that at all?
Mhm.
It's fucking
There was-
crazy.
I don't remember that, but I remember because Zach's talking about how like they're starving and whatnot. And I do remember growing up always seeing those commercials like for 15 cents a day you can feed an African. I'm like, haven't they always been starving? Is this really new? Like,
Well, it was like those were just.
my-
Sorry, go ahead.
weird connection with my brain was that weird Disney Channel movie about South Africa where they tried to take two girls from different parts of South Africa and make them friends and like, see, we can get along and stuff. This is from the 90s. Never mind.
Mhm. No, it's just like it's parts of Africa. Like there's a lot of like other parts that are like it's like middle class maybe. Like everyone is fed and like surviving, but they don't live like a same like standard of living as we do in the West. But they were doing stuff to like white people, like fucking like cutting babies out of pregnant women's wombs and stuff like that, and like raping corpses. Graping corpses and stuff like that. And then they drained basically like a lot of the freshwater reservoirs just completely disappeared. And then over the last like 2-ish years or so, now the narrative has switched in South Africa where they're asking all of the white farmers to come back because
They are, no.
the resources have been depleted.
So this is Rhodesia. It was called Rhodesia before it became Zimbabwe, but this is the same a time-lapse photo of 1950 Rhodesia to today. Cause and effect before and after.
Wow.
Yeah.
now
Didn't get better.
Crazy.
I'm not particularly well known when it comes to or like well learned when it comes to African politics. Are
Neither
they
am I.
socialist or are they democracy? What are their politics like there? Do you know?
It's supposed to be a democracy.
Right.
It's not actually a democracy. It's like how Canada is a quote unquote democracy.
Gotcha. See, that's another. I'm so glad to have Canadians on here today because I wanted to learn about the shit that went down in Canada in 2024 that me Americans couldn't be bothered with. So it's good to know about Justin Trudeau. I had no idea he fired all of his female staffers. That's amazing.
But this is all to be fair though. Rhodesia was named after a guy, Cecil Rhodes, who named the country after himself and made it his own personal country. He was from Europe. That's fun. British guy, no problem. But it worked. He did a good job, ish.
Yeah, I mean, based on that photo, yeah, he just
Yeah.
seemed like he just couldn't maintain.
No.
Gooch, how you doing, bud? I don't know if I even got to an intro for you. How are you?
No. I don't need one. I don't know what the hell we're talking about, but it seems interesting. But I just wanted to quickly pop in and say congrats. I can't stay, but I just wanted to pop in and say congrats, buddy.
Too big for us.
No. Family
Oh.
stuff.
He's manscaped.
Yeah, there is family things I need to do, but
Gooch, can I ask a
well,
question before you go, please?
what's that?
One question. How do you feel about colonization?
Well, as an indigenous person, I am yes,
A fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. I would like my land back now, please. Congrats again, buddy. I wish I could stay, but I got to bounce. And
No, family is way more important. Family guys, yeah, family's got stuff going on. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so
dude,
much.
yeah.
And again, here's to 2025. I can't wait to see what you pull off in 2025 because your 2024 was fantastic, brother.
I got lots. I got ask Zach. I got lots planned. So
Can't wait to see what you
Yes.
pull out as well, Gooch. In 2025.
That's a pull out.
just stand back, Nadia. Just stand back. That's all I got to say.
3 feet. 3 feet. Okay.
Goggles, people.
Take care, guys.
Hi,
All the
Gooch.
best. Stay
Bye,
good.
Gooch.
Catch you later, Gooch. Thank you, buddy. Nadia, you wanted to share this right here. I don't know what this is.
I didn't want to
but you know
share
what?
it, but I watched it this morning, and it's interesting that sorry, Bex. Like 90%,
Why are you apologizing to me? What the fuck?
Because this looks like you.
No, it doesn't.
more than 90% of the world's open shitting basically happens in India versus rest of the world. Like she has a graph that comes into play.
Also, I would like to point out first, I am not Indian. I am Sri Lankan. We are superior. Okay, continue.
Real quick before we continue, before we hit play on this, I'm gonna go ahead acknowledge some chats going on real quick because Rick Costa came in with that 2-banger. Happy anniversary, Leon, Hondo, Leona. Thank you very much, good sir. Truly appreciate it, Rick. You guys, make sure to check out his channel. Rick is a absolute sweetheart. And then we got the Gaming Wolf member for 1 month. Hey, Leon, what do you think of the rumors news that Sega might be pushing for a Sega subscription for their games? I have a video coming out on this, actually. So rather than give you my thoughts on it now, just hang tight. The video will be out either tomorrow or Wednesday on this very subject. Mikey Doucet says, tell Dax he's gay next time you see him. Also, he loves feet. Absolutely, will do. Very easy to do. And then Lucy Lemonbug, oh, you beautiful woman, comes in within 5 words of paradise gifties. Girlie, you didn't need to. You did. Thank you so much. Again, it means the absolute world to me. And, I mean, what else can I say? I know how base you are and how you think of the female persuasion, so this is for you.
Women.
There we go. Before we hit play on this, I'm going to go ahead. We're actually doing tier goals this stream. I didn't bring it up until this point because, frankly, I'd forgotten. But tier goals, I've got some merch to give away as well as a wheel of trauma, effectively, that can be spun. The wheel of trauma, once we hit for every $200, we'll spin the wheel of trauma, and I will have to commit to doing something, seeing Snow White in theaters or doing a Pocky One Chip challenge, watching and reviewing Dragon Ball Evolution, that all that and more. So, if you guys want to win free merch and also have me suffer, this is how we're doing it today. So just throwing that out there. So mods in the chat, definitely keep tracking, send me some number updates. Let's go ahead and see what Nadia has to show for us.
Represents all of the open defecation that happens in the world. This is the fraction that happens in India. And this is the fraction that happens only in rural India. 65% of rural Indians defecate in the open. So what that means is that most of the open defecation that happens in the world happens in rural India, and most rural Indians defecate in the open. Every day, 500 million people in villages in India go in the fields rather than use a toilet or a latrine. That's bigger than the population of the United States. If this circle represents all of the open defecation,
that is awful. Yeah, I might not be eating curry very often anymore unless I make it myself.
Good fertilization, man. Good fertilization for the fields.
Is that what they're using it for? Or are you just trying to make excuses for?
No.
I'm just trying to make excuses.
That's not what they're using it for.
Yeah.
Anime Man says, bro, what? Yeah, so
sorry. I saw it today, and if I had to see it, you all had to see it.
Well, speaking of things that we've seen or not seen, I had a sort of timeline of events of things that happened in order. So in January, in fact, I did a video on this, and it did literally no traction because YouTube is a son of a bitch. In January, we got the Guthrie Maxwell deposition thing. They dropped. Like, I downloaded all the Epstein PDF file. You know what? YouTube terminology made that one real world. All the Epstein docs, I documented my PC, and I went over, and they were insane. And I feel like no one talked about it. Like, do you remember the Epstein files dropping this year?
Yeah, I do.
Still alive? Is she still alive?
She is, yeah.
Okay.
That we know of.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the Gasoline Maxwell files basically dropped it. No one talked about this at the beginning of this year because like it was all heavily reported on by like 8chan people or whatever and Alex Jones types conspiracy theorists like for 2 years prior, like when Epstein was arrested. So when this dropped, it was like no news to anyone unless you were a fucking normie and just was like, oh, I need evidence before I can believe anything else. Then those people bought this, but that's because I didn't really care that this dropped. I was like, I already know it's in there.
Well, I mean, and that's the interesting part is like, folks like us that follow this stuff do know what's in there, but the fact that it actually was released publicly, that was the surprising part to me, that they went ahead and released it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It just shows how our society is. We don't care, which is a shame because children were hurt. A lot of things happened with that, and we just brush it off. I think we're just so used to stuff like that it should upset people. Like this should have been in the news and it should have been talked about more often.
But that's because the news picks what they think we should be interested in. So we don't ask questions about stuff they don't want us to ask questions about. That's one of the things from this year too, is that is that mainstream media is absolutely, they've been dying, but this is like, they're at their wake now. I think they're done after this election. People have walked away from them completely.
Didn't CNN lay off like 60% of their staff or something?
Yeah, they did.
Which is funny because I have them for sources for later on stories and whatnot, just because they're dated. And it's like, all right, I need something for this month, But yeah, no, I'm probably the only person giving CNN traction tonight for stories from like July and June and shit. But yeah, no, I think that come January of 2025, do you think we're going to finally get a client list after all this? Do you think that could be the big first thing of 2025?
I doubt it. I think it's probably being used behind the scenes as leverage, but I doubt it'll be made to the public in this year. Maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, but I don't really see it, unless hackers leak it, unless in some way something like that happens.
Maybe, yeah.
Yep, Lucy says no. I don't know. I'd love to see it. For no other reason than I want to see that Tom Hanks' name is on there. I want confirmation that Tom Hanks touched kids. Like,
it's a safe bet, Leon. But
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think
one of the girls was in the doctor's office, and the doc was like, "Show me on the Woody doll where he touched you." Like, that would be so like complete circle.
Even if someone did leak a copy of this list, like, would you believe it at this point now?
Depending on the names,
who's on it.
Yeah, depending on the names. If there are names that surprise me on it, then I would say it would be legit, including names that we would obviously see.
Right.
But I really, unless a hacker, I think it's being used as leverage behind the scenes, which I don't know if is a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing. I lean more towards it. I think the American people should know and make their own judgment on it.
Lucy Limon says, "I got a snake in my pants." That's clever, Luce. Well, moving on to February, unless anyone has anything they remember from January that was wild. Moving on to February, we got a very cool story that is still being talked about today that Zax is keeping alive with his intro every Saturday. February is when Gina launched her lawsuit against Disney.
This has been awesome.
Ryan, I see you gave the thumbs up. How do you think this is going to turn out for her?
I don't think it's not about the money. She does not need the money. Her family is super, super casino wealthy. Not that she lives that lifestyle, but she doesn't need this money. She's doing this because she wants to clear her name because they smeared her for so long and so hard for nothing. And they are used to being able to keep people down and shutting them up. But not only could she have afforded to sue them, but she has the backup now, right? We've got Elon Musk financially backing her and also using Twitter to change the message slightly. And I think that's helping too. They're so afraid of discovery for this. Once they get into those emails and all those private conversations, I think there's going to be a lot of people fired over at Disney, and they're terrified, but I don't think there's anything they can do. I think even if she doesn't win, she'll get discovery, which I think is the real win.
I've said that since the beginning. I said, yeah, discovery is going to be a nightmare for Disney, especially after not Project Veritas, it's not what they call it anymore, but that James O'Keefe dude, he did all those undercover reportings, exposed Disney a bunch. Disney's cooked. I don't see them really coming back, at least not in the same public perception as before, because when Discovery comes out, I think we're going to see some really, really shady shit politically.
I don't think Disney will ever go back to, because I feel like as a kid, my parents could put Disney on and just like set us in front and just leave us alone and like not have to worry about it. Nowadays, parents have to go in and watch and pre-screen this shit ahead of time. And that's awful. Like Disney should be, they walked away too far from the family brand and now they're they're suffering for it.
I unironically would let my kid watch something like Terrifier 3 before certain Disney products.
Oh yeah, because it's not. Well, I can see that because it's not influencing the kid in a way that Disney has tried to. Where Terrifier is it's just a gore.
It's just gore, right? Exactly. This is like, I feel like if I clown with a chainsaw or teaching kids about cutting their cocks off, which one?
Yeah.
Like,
I get you, Leon. I got you. I got where you're going with that.
Jason X.
There's a third choice. I'm going to take the third choice. You'll be like, oh, look, Magic School Bus. Like, we'll go that route. But
I mean, like, with they picked the wrong fight here. And at this time, Disney was so high on their own farts, right? They could do anything they wanted, and it was all during like anything woke was great, and everyone was being locked in their houses, and they thought it was they could push whatever they want onto us, force us to watch Disney Plus, and none of it worked. They've all been exposed now, and this is a prime example. If anyone looked into this at all, they would not have pushed this with her. You could have had her characters pushed to the back if they wanted to, and have her written off the next year if they wanted to, but they fired her, put her on Twitter, they defamed her, and it was just the exact wrong person to do that to. She's not scared of them, and she has resources. So you guys she will not take a settlement from them. I don't believe she will.
Now, you think she's got resources. Do you think she'd have been able to accomplish this without Elon Musk?
She probably could have, but I think that's more concerning because a lot of her family's money is tied up in casinos. I think they're worth like $200 million. And that's
Jesus
not her,
Christ, I didn't know that.
That's
Holy
not just
shit.
her.
Oh, yeah.
That's, yeah. They own, well, the Caranos are everywhere all over Vegas. They own Caesars, and they own the company. They're 10% of the company that owns Caesars and like 53 casinos or something like that. So she grew up there, and her dad won a Super Bowl too, by the way, for the Cowboys. Didn't play in it, but won a Super Bowl. So more facts about Gina you didn't ask for, but she could do it.
I'm living for this. All these Gina Carano facts. I just thought she was hot. So
she's hot for sure, and amazing fighter, great person. It seems like. I would definitely not kick her out of bed, and I think that for this, it's really just a mistake. They screwed up, and they could have pushed it, but then you're asking your family to back you, and they may have done it. But in this case, it's Elon who has so much money, no one even knows how much it is. And so it's a bottomless well of money. And so Disney they can fight that, but they were going to eventually still go to Discovery. Like he will push in whatever chips he has to. And they're lucky they didn't take it to the desert, some of these people on Disney instead.
I'm so surprised. Well, I'm not surprised because Pedro Pascal said even worse stuff about people, and people like worship the ground he walks on and just like put him on a pedestal. And I think he's a bigger piece of shit. I mean, I don't think Gina's a piece of shit, but I think he secretly is a big piece of shit. Sorry for all the swearing.
No, you're good. It's free speech, so say whatever you want. Jim Harrison's asking, is the Wild Robot actually really good? Is there any modern messaging in it? I haven't seen it. Has anyone here seen it to answer this? Because this does kind of lead into what I want to talk about next for a little bit.
I have seen it, yes. Has anyone else? Just me?
No.
My kid has,
okay.
but I can only go off secondhand information, so.
Okay. No, there's absolutely no messaging in it whatsoever. It's basically it's just like it's a mother bonding. It's knowing who the true people are in your life. It's a support system kind of thing, and finding where you belong in the world. I would say, like, if you really, really, really wanted to put a lens on it, maybe it's a little bit progressive in the whole, like, oh, a robot is like a mother of the future or some shit. But it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. But no, it was a genuinely good film. I got teary-eyed a couple times. Message free. Totally message free.
Only thing I heard about it was that if there was a message, it was like an environmentalism message, which, let's be real, those are super common anyway and have been for years. So
it wasn't, yeah, and that wasn't even overbearing, because like you spend so much of the movie in like this like island or whatever, and then the robots like come in at one point and start, burning stuff down. So it's like trying to preserve the home that they have more than the environment.
Also, Hook, Wild Robot isn't isn't Disney. It says feel free to ruin it. It's Disney bullshit. Wild Robot's DreamWorks, isn't it?
It's DreamWorks, yeah.
I don't know if they're much better when it comes to messaging and whatnot, because I haven't watched them in ages. But that, him bringing up pop culture does lead me into what in 2024, whether it be, obviously we talked about movies yesterday on Niat's show, but you can continue to bring those up because there's a bit of a different audience here. But movies, music, video games, whatnot, like what in 2024 is media wise did you just fall in love with, all over in love with, or rabidly hate, or both?
May I start?
You can go off, girl.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to talk over people. That's why. Fell in love with Pal World this year. That was like, I did not expect to love that game as much as I did. Pal World was awesome. And fell in love with Nosferatu, which is a movie I've been waiting for since it was announced almost 10 years ago. Oh my God. It haunts my dreams, man. It haunts my dreams. But things I hated, Gamergate is for pussy ass bitches. That's all I'm gonna say.
So It's funny you say this. So do you think that when Gamergate started, because that started in March, and here we are in December,
Mhm.
almost
Mhm.
January, and people are still covering it nearly daily. Have you ever seen an internet blood sport drama sort of thing last that long, 9 months? Because I don't think I have.
I don't recall anything. No. I just think it's a wasted effort now. Like the original like purpose of it is well gone. The original thing that started this all basically doesn't exist anymore. And it feels like the message has completely swayed from what it was originally intended. I think it's a dumbass movement now.
I mean, there's a reason. That's one of the reasons I don't really cover it anymore. Unless there's like something super egregious happening in gaming, I'm more or less like, there's more interesting shit to talk about. There's nothing new to be added. Again, say for very rare situations. Like if Rockstar came out and said, "Oh yeah, our main character, by the way, is trans," I'd be like, "Okay, that might be worth talking about." But minus barring something like that, yeah, no, I don't see any reason to continue going.
No, you go, Nadia.
I with Vex on the Nosferatu because when it was announced, I had a hunch it was going to be my movie of the year, and not only is it my movie of the year, it is definitely in my top 5 overall favorite movies of all time. TV wise, I was very pleased with Squid Games 2. I just finished that season 2. It was pretty
Really?
not bad. It's not as good as the first season, but it doesn't take a huge dip in quality. It's actually pretty refreshing, especially since since the audience already knows like the game, the players, and stuff like that. So I would actually recommend it. And fuck Arcane. Arcane was my biggest disappointment this year, on top of a bunch of horror movies.
Is there anything about Squid Game season 2 that feels like it's just there out of obligation, or that's being rehashed, or does it actually feel like, because the first one I didn't watch, but a lot of people were like, hey, this is legitimate art. Does the second one keep that level of quality, or is there anything that put you off to it, like, okay, they're doing this for XYZ financial reason?
There's a tranny in it. Other than that, no. Season 1 was definitely more of a gut punch because you are more attached to the characters and you obviously don't know what's to expect. In this season, you know what to expect with each game. People are going to die, right? But what I loved about it, instead of making characters that are compelling that you're attached to, they went the opposite way where they made more characters that you wanted to die, like you were rooting for their demise, which I like that take on it. And it does end on a cliffhanger, but season 3 will be in 2025. So it's not like we're going to have to wait 3 more years for the next season. Also, Speak No Evil was a big piece of shit too of a movie. Don't ever go see that movie. That movie was awful. It was an awful remake. Watch the original. I almost walked out of the theaters in that movie. That movie was... My husband left midway through that movie and went for a walk and then came back. Like, that movie was awful. Just watch the original.
Also, on that note, don't watch The New Crow. That was also fucking terrible. Just stick to the original.
Actually, not only stick to the original, but watch Crow 4 with Edward Furlong. Not bad for a straight to sci-fi original film.
Low bar. That's a low bar, Leon.
I like The Crow 4. What about you, Zach? What surprised you media-wise in 2024?
A few things surprised me in a positive way this year. Right now, we're watching Skeleton Crew, which I'm actually shocked that I'm enjoying. I didn't think I would like that. The Penguin, I did not have high hopes for based on what we've seen, and I was wrong. That show was fantastic. The finale wasn't what I hoped it would be, but it was what it was, and I enjoyed it anyway. So that was a bit of a surprise. Shogun wasn't a surprise this year, but it was a movie I was happy with. It did hit my expectations and maybe a little bit more, raise them a little bit. I thought it was one of the best shows of the year. And Sugar, another one that I found that most people have not watched is Apple TV. It's Colin Farrell.
Never even heard of Sugar.
Sugar was good. Yeah, Sugar was definitely good.
What is it, like a thriller or?
It's really hard to describe, but it's like a hardboiled detective noir-ish story.
Yeah, it's a film. It's a noir-inspired detective story. Colin Farrell is the lead. There's a twist that you likely won't call whatsoever in the last episode, but very well paced, very well edited. They get the atmosphere and the vibe down really well, and Colin Farrell gives... he's having a whole renaissance, basically, with his career, and it was great. It's great. I recommend it.
Doing 2 shows in a year is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like filming schedule wise, but he also did that movie that was like him and some old dude or old friend. Just the whole movie is like them talking. You know what I'm referring to? I watched it with my
Which one? The
Actually, was that scary? No.
I know which one you're talking about. Hold on.
Yeah, I watched it with my dad, and it was weird. It was interesting. I don't remember. It was fine. It was like, oh, it's one of those one location, all dialogue films. That's
the Banshees of
That's
no.
scary.
Gord's got it. Gord's got it in the chat.
there.
But that's 2022 though.
Oh, was that 20? Okay, well,
And I just said that 4 times.
Sorry, it's hard to hear you over the women screeching.
I get it. What's up, AJ? We have a comedy star.
AJ, get in here.
Chat.
You've got the link, AJ. Come on in. I miss you, buddy. I want to hear more about your comedy. Fell in love with Angel Studios. I personally think a membership is totes worth it. Yeah, did anyone see the new Angel Studios movie?
Not yet.
No.
I haven't even seen the other one that came out like last year or whatnot because I don't want to see shit happen. Like I know you don't see anything, but I couldn't handle hearing about things like that happening to kids because I'm a pussy. So.
Oh my god, Sound of Freedom, that was one of the few times I can remember in recent memory where the theater was like every seat was filled. Less like even Deadpool and Wolverine, there were still seats in the front that were empty, but Angels like Sound of Freedom, like every seat was packed, and the entire audience. We were all crying basically in unison at the very end, which was insane. It's worth it, Leon. I would say watch it.
Yeah. Not a single person got up at the end. Everybody was it was quiet after it was over, and everyone's just reflecting on what we've seen. So
yeah,
it was one of those you have to experience it for sure. Watch it and don't give yourself a break. Don't pause it. Don't walk away. Try to soak it all in. But so Sugar was one, and I found this year was good because of how so much has been crap that I've been finding stuff I wouldn't otherwise look for and listening to people like Vex, who I think was the first one to tell me about Sugar. And I watched it. My wife liked it too. And it's a great show that I would have never seen otherwise. And I've been going back and watching stuff like Mr. Mercedes, which I'd missed previously, The Night Manager, other short series. And Sugar's only 6 episodes. So it's an easy one to watch and move on from and you get the whole story and go.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like a mini series? Is there going to be a second season or is it just its own thing?
I think I can't remember if there was news about a second season in all honesty. Let me look it up real quick.
I thought I saw that there was going to be a second season for it.
Yeah, it did. It got renewed for a second season.
Yeah. I've been looking into the binge tomorrow. I'm gonna binge that.
I love that the music in it is fantastic too, like the atmosphere. All of it, and Colin Farrell is great. And there's some other cool touches I picked up on during, and they don't make sense until the end, really. But it's all there for you to put together. And well, I guess one other one, since I'm talking nonstop now on your show, is X-Men '97.
Didn't watch it.
It took me a long time to watch it, but when I did, I was like, okay, I see the hype. I see the vision. I understand it.
I had no expectations for that whatsoever, and it was.
What were you gonna say, Nadia?
I was saying yesterday you and I had the same opinion on it, that there were some episodes that dipped, but overall the series was pretty good.
Well, back to some funny drama-oriented stuff. Another thing that I've totally forgot happened this year. You guys remember this story? Nick Rekieta got arrested?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do!
Yes. Oh yeah.
That he became a villain for the rest of the year too afterwards. Like he didn't even try to be a good guy or learn from this. He just stayed an asshole.
Yeah, wasn't he like going like not on people's streams? People be streaming about him and going to like their comment section and talk ridiculous shit and like he's just full villain arc. It's amazing because I used to watch him way back in the day, like during the Vic Mignogna trials and stuff.
Yep, same here. I haven't watched him in recent years, but I remember he was kind of my first introduction to some of the legal controversy stuff that was happening. But wasn't it like he got caught with like a bunch of drugs with his 2 young children or
bunch? So the other children part go for it, Nadia.
Wasn't he also in some type of swingers poly relationship too as well?
Yeah, a lot of cocaine, a lot of fucking women that wasn't his wife, or at least a woman that wasn't his wife. The children part I'm still weary on. I need to get more details because they said cocaine showed up in like children's drug testing, but by the same token, you get false positives for those all the time. It's actually shocking how common false positives are for drug tests. So Man, I don't know. I would like to assume that no matter how bad he is, he wasn't letting his like 11-year-old or whatever do coke. So
Yeah.
what about you, Zach? You got thoughts on this? Remember when this happened? When this started?
I did find the video where he was apparently getting a blowjob from someone, not his wife, during a live stream while he's snorting coke.
Oh my god.
It did look like he was snorting coke. He did appear to be getting a blowjob. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I wasn't there, or a doctor, so I don't know what was happening under that table, but he seemed to be getting some kind of pleasure.
See, when I first saw it, I thought he was just having like drunken muscle spasms. But then you hear him like talking, and I feel like he's talking to someone under the table.
Under his desk, yeah. The kids, I'm not sure how the kids were involved. I think it was just that they were in a house that had drugs in it and whatever.
I never followed his career. I've never watched him before, but didn't he start off as just like a normal dude that was like a lawyer that just gave advice? And wasn't he on FNT at one point too as well?
Several times.
Yeah, and then it just I guess the fame got to him, or I guess YouTube money, man. That's what happens to big time YouTube money.
Perfect example of money changing people. Like if Gooch ever gets too much bigger, we got to stop Gooch from growing. We don't want him to Rekieta himself in the coming years.
I think Gooch should continue growing.
Oh yeah. Rekieta had like 100,000 live viewers once, or for a few days in a row following the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. So 100,000 people concurrent live viewers on YouTube. It's insane. And
no, Admiral, Rekieta was doing stuff before Kyle Rittenhouse. I was watching him prior to that. I was watching him back in 20. I think it was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I just know he's just passively been around, but I've just never inclined to watch him. Guess I missed a lot.
Watching his fall off was really interesting because like he was getting sicklier and sicklier because of the drinking, and it was, oh yeah, Hayden's right. He got the Sanchu medallion in the mail. He opened it, put it around his neck. That's what happened. I think that is true, by the way. He actually did get like the Sanchu medallion. Do you guys believe that thing's cursed? Do you know the lore behind
What is that? What is that?
Do you guys know who Chris Chan is?
Yes.
No. Of course.
Chris Chan, Nadia, did you say no?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Chris Chan is some weird autistic tranny that raped his own mom that's obsessed with Pokemon and Sonic the Hedgehog. And he made some homemade medallion necklace of like a crossbreed between Pikachu and Sonic. And ever since then, his life went haywire and went out the rails, but it started getting mailed to other like big name YouTubers, and every single YouTuber who's worn it has had their life fall apart.
Yep, the Sonic medallion is a curse.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in it, Vex? Because I swear to God, I do.
There's a pattern, man. I believe in it. I believe in it.
You gotta go, girly.
Yeah, my throat is just really irritating me. I'm sorry.
No, you're a-okay. Go ahead. I'll give you an out. Tell the people to go watch your Nosferatu video.
Oh, well, first, before that, Leon, congratulations on 2 years. Genuinely, I'm going to be a real nigga here for a moment. You're one of the coolest people on YouTube, and genuinely, it's a privilege to know you and chat with you like on a basically daily basis. So, dude, you're awesome. You're killing it. I hope that 2025 brings you everything you want and even more. Everyone on this panel, I hope that we all have a genuinely wonderful 2025. But yeah, you can find me on Vex Electronica. I'm that username on everything. Yeah, I put out a Nosferatu historical video earlier this week or last week, I guess now. Best video I've ever done. That's a passion project for me because I love that movie so much. And then my next review will be on the new Nosferatu in January. But thank you for letting me be a part of this chat. You guys are also awesome. Have a wonderful Happy New Year to you guys as well.
Bye, Vex. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Vex. You have a good rest of your day, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow on Nadia's show. Nadia, you gotta go. Are you able to stick around for a bit? Totally your call.
I can stay around for a few more minutes. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
All right.
I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
Oh Jesus, I gotta go too though. But Leon.
No, it's fine. I'll have people coming in and out all night. We'll be going for a solid 3 hours. I've got something to talk about when solo, so no worries at all. But while you're here, Zach, since this is the sort of thing that I think that would be up your alley, do you remember this story and what you thought of it? Julian Assange was released from prison after a U.S. plea deal.
Yeah, that's wild. The whole thing is I mean, it really shows corruption, I think, at every level. And I'm surprised he's alive, to be honest.
I am as well, yes.
But sorry, my house is getting noisy. But yeah, it was
Sweet,
like,
AJ put his dogs out now, then he'll be on after. Sweet. Can't wait to see you, AJ. But yeah, go on, Zax.
I was gonna say this is one where I guess just he kept his head down long enough to get through this, and they managed to try to throw those allegations at him to sort of get him. I think it was, what did they get him, like removed from or extradited from the embassy, something like that? Am I wrong with that?
Yes. So yeah, they got him extradited on. By the way, on quote unquote charges that, to my knowledge, were never substantiated.
They weren't.
It was all just circumstantial at best. So again, I like you. I'm surprised he's still alive. I'm even more surprised that he's actually released because he was there for years. How many years?
Well, he was
7 or something.
He was there during Obama, right?
Yeah. I thought it was. Oh, was it Obama? Okay, I thought it was during Hillary Clinton. The Hillary Clinton. Well, I guess it would have been Obama. Yeah, it was during the Trump Clinton like campaign, the running against the other. So yeah, it would have been still Obama at the time. Yeah.
Oh, Miss Sparkles. Okay. Yeah, I can. The master. I take whenever I go traveling, I try to come back with a. They're sort of my. I guess I don't buy a shirt, or some tacky stuff. I try to find something made by someone who actually lives there. And then that way I sort of pass that along, and I'm not going to overpay. Don't get me wrong. I'm still Canadian here, so I get a deal, but I want to get something that's handmade by somebody. And these, not all of them are, but most of them are, and some of them I've actually seen being made. And so that's kind of what I want to take. And so it makes a nice trophy, so I can say I've kind of conquered that culture.
God, you gotta love being a white colonizer. I mean, that's that good shit. Nadia, do you want Zax to colonize your home?
Which home?
Your sand people home, not your American people home.
Oh, we don't want it,
bro. It looks like we're coming over to here, so like I think it's the reverse happening right now. Okay, so I don't think. Well, I guess then there's nobody home since we're all coming over here.
If all of them or half of them or a majority of them are as pretty and intelligent and God-fearing Republican voters such as you, then I'm okay. I welcome them. I will take all the Sand Bunny Nadia adjacents if it means getting rid of all the fucking like college lefty liberal people. But Zax, we'll go ahead and give you your out, buddy. Tell the people who you are, what you do, where they can find you, the whole nine. And thank you so much for coming, brother.
Yeah, I do stuff on my channel. It's at Zax on YouTube. You can find me there. I do Wednesday shows, 9 p.m. Central, called What's Good Wednesday. Generally, I change the name occasionally for the topic. And Saturday nights is a comedy show, and it's 10 o'clock Central, and it's called Circle of Jerks. We bring people on, and we look at some things that people don't want us to see, and we give our commentary on those things, and it can get really, really funny. There are some people out there who are
able to find some of the weirdest shit on the internet. You have an obscene skill for that.
I can't take full credit because I started doing that stuff, and then people send me things. Have you seen this? Or you should watch this or react to this. And that's so I think Copa found number 47, your future president. So we like to look into him. He's currently in jail. We have the last video that he made prior to him being arrested for what he did on the video. And that's one of our favorites. So interesting characters you've never seen anywhere else. And we've dug them up. And Hunter J, yes, now we own them and their souls. What's up, Cajun Corey?
Cajun Corey, the 100 J clips. The 100 J Lords. Oh, fantastic. Anyway, Zax, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it, bud. You have a good rest of your night. And again, I want to see you do just as well in 2025. I'm pulling for you, Vex, all of us. Yeah, it means the world to me that you come on. Thank you so much.
There's a lot of people out there, Leon, that are good people and that seem to be good people or casually good people, but you're an actively good person, and you're the guy who. That. You are though, dude. You are always there to help other people. You answer questions, give advice, and you're always there to support. And you always share your platform with whoever wants to come on here, and you take your chances with us sometimes, even like today. Yeah, we love you for it. So I'm glad you let me come on here to share my love for Leon and his dad.
I would say though, while I agree, that also defines you as well, Zax. Like
you literally what I was about to say. Everything. Exactly.
Yeah, you're like projecting.
It's not about me. Thank you.
Bye, Zach.
Thanks, Nadia.
Catch
Love
you
you
later,
guys.
buddy. Happy New Year. Yeah, fucking Spence, even if he is gay. Yeah, Spence. Again, if you can make it on tonight, that'd be awesome. If not, no worries. But there's great 2024 stuff, specifically in regards to comics. I can't wait to talk with you about. But yes, no, I want to do this to glaze you guys, not so you glaze me, because I can only do this because of the chat, because of all the awesome people I've met throughout the course of 2024. It's I don't know, Nadia, how long have you actually actively had your channel?
Ooh, which one? Because Inside All Day was about 1.5 years, but my horror channel since August.
Yeah, oh, I
August.
didn't realize your horror
Yeah.
channel was that recent. Okay, so I haven't followed you
Yeah.
since the beginning of that. Well, that makes me feel good. Yeah, Inside All Day was interesting because that was you and Chris, correct? And
Yeah.
I remember watching that back when I first met Cannoli and Mama Sasquatch. I think I remember if you were on some of the triple M's or whatnot. You were just in the chat. I was like, oh, what's this Inside All Day podcast shit? And no, it was a lot of fun. It was one of the first channels I actually subbed to as the Words of Paradise channel I have, as opposed to any of my like alts or personal accounts.
I loved doing it with my husband because he is such a nerd. We're both
Most women should love doing it with their
Yeah.
husband. Yeah.
Yeah. But the cool thing is that like Chris and I also are nerds in separate, but we have overlap. So we are learning for each other. It's just Chris decided, which I was very surprised. We went in thinking Chris was going to be like the lead man, the star, and I was going to be behind the scenes. And it just turned out to be the opposite. I enjoyed streaming. I think it's more so because I used to work in film. So, and I don't have a creative outlet. So this was my creative outlet.
That's exactly what YouTube was
there.
for me. I needed a creative outlet after my divorce just to stay sane. And like, that's what YouTube was. It was never supposed to be anything more than just that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and horror has always been a big deal in my life. And for a long time, a lot of people were like, Inside All Day is okay, but you know, like that's your passion, that's your knowledge. You worked in the industry for 13 years, like that's your niche. Like, Nadia, you should do something with it. And it wasn't until Sassy, Vex, and Jana just was like, do it, Nadia, like go, like just do it. So I started the channel in August. Yeah. And it's been a ride, man.
I want to see do more. I want to see Jana do more because she is such a character. She's almost as funny as her husband.
Yes, I love those girls. Like 2024 started off very low for me in the YouTube community. I didn't feel like I had a community here. I almost quit YouTube in general, and then meeting those girls and then meeting Gooch and you and Zach, and especially Zach. Zach's has just been wonderful. Like Zach is literally my YouTube husband. Like Chris called him that too. And just everybody in this community that we have, it just gives me energy. Like it revitalizes me. I'm like, I'm starting a second stream because I just want to talk to everybody all the time and just hang out with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing. I was doing, again, CounterCast, Neon Leon, and I was like, man, I want to talk about more than just nerd shit. I love nerd shit, and that's my passion, but like, I love politics and conspiracy theories, so, started like tinfoil haters, for example, and it's, hey, seen and heard, how you doing, brother? It's like, there's no shortage of, if you're a creative individual, or at least you pretend like you're a creative individual, there's no shortage of just things to talk about on YouTube, especially when you can find your own, again, sort of audience and platform, which you've done a great job of over the course of just, like you said, 6 months, not even.
Well, it's great because I think I overlap most of the time with you guys, even though I have my channel is directed to a particular niche. I'm still, educated in pop culture and stuff because I live it day in and day out, just because it's something I'm interested in. That's why the second stream I'm starting on the horror channel is called Not So Scary with Nadia. So I can dive into more pop culture, culture war things, just stuff I do want to talk about that doesn't fit, that will overlap with the audience. But it's also because you guys invite me on things and I just love hanging out with you and talking about, and even if I'm not educated in it, I love learning from you guys as well. And I think that's where our little community is different than a lot of others, is that we're not in competition with each other. We just want to help each other succeed. So whether Gooch has 20K subs versus somebody that might have 3K subs, like I treat 3 people the same, and I want both people to succeed because I know they're both genuine people. So
Right. Well, and like take someone like Cinevere in the chat, for example. met her completely by accident on X like a week ago. Didn't know she was a content creator, nothing like that. We were arguing in the fucking comments together. And then like we came to the conclusion that, yeah, we're talking about Rings of Power, or not Rings of Power, War of the Rohirrim. Why are we arguing? This is shit regardless. And she was like, yeah, you got a point. And she sent me a DM and was like, oh shit, shit makes YouTube videos. And hopped over to her channel. And it was a very new channel. She's only been around for like a couple months, whatnot, done 4 videos. It was like, you were fun to talk to. Come on the show. Let's see what happens. It came on a whim and was great. It was an absolute natural. Like just, I don't know, the outreach to being able to talk to folks, the whole community aspect of it is way more than I ever could have hoped for. And I felt like in 2024 is when that really took off. And it wasn't bad in 2023. Obviously met great people, Cassie, Hypno, the whole SNH crew, who I love and will always stream with and will always consider my homies. But it was a very tight-knit group then, as opposed to 2024 felt like it just spider-webbed out into a whole new world.
Yeah, and what I also like about us is that we're all willing to have hard conversations with each other too, and give criticism and it's not out of jealousy or it's not out of malice. It's out of like, we want each other to succeed. So let me have this hard conversation with you because I want the best for you. Like at the end of the day, if YouTube takes off for me, fantastic. I would love to, because I love content creating. This is my jam. I love it. But if it never does, and my role is like, I want to see my friends succeed, then to me, that's me succeeding too, because I love supporting everybody. And it's just, I just don't feel like there should be a competition in it.
And yeah, that's something that's genuinely amazing about our community is there's streams that we're not guests on. We're in the fucking chat and we're watching and we're donating and we're just hanging out and trolling or whatever it may be. I mean, as long as the time is there, then we're literally always there for each other. A lot like what Rick said. That's the one thing I love about you guys. You have each other's backs. And yeah, on and off YouTube. If Gooch ever hit me up and said, yo, Leon, XYZ, so long as it's within my power, yo, I'm there. I'm not flying to fucking Canada to bail you out of jail or something because I don't have a passport. But if I had a passport, I'd even do that.
Well, even earlier this year, I got to meet Zax in real life, like hang out with him, just spend the day with him and his wife and my husband, and just like we all got along and stuff. I'm going to see Sassy in a few weeks. I'm heading out to Arizona to see them for a day or two, so which would be great. And then obviously there's the meetup. But you know what I love about the meetup is, while the meetup is directed towards like FNT, which is great, like those guys are great. I love that it allows all of us to be like, you know what? If everybody's going to be in town, fuck it, let's all do something together also. Like last year, I saw everybody, but then there was a group of us, like Horror Murata, Shags, the Cannolis, Max. We all just went and did something separate, like our own.
That's all I want to do. When I go to the meetup, I won't even be meeting Gary and them. Again, no shade to them. I love their shit, but I'm not going to, it doesn't really inspire anything in me. I would rather just hang out with my friends. Like the reason I didn't go to the meetup last year, because by the time of the meetup last year, I think I was sitting at like around like 2,000 subs or something. I was like, I don't know any of these people. I don't want to just go out there and meet a bunch of people that I don't know and be like, oh hey, I make videos too. Like it just seemed weird and performative. All my friends are going. You're going. Gooch is going. Moxie's going. I'm trying to avoid any sort of accidental ABF hotel room style clip right now when I'm trying to be genuine. But the point is, like, it's going to be almost like I don't want to say family reunion because we never met, or at least I haven't. But it's something that I think is going to be amazing. I truly cannot wait.
Oh, I can't wait either. Like, again, I'm with you, Leon. I mean, FNT guys, they're great. I love like Kara, X-Ray Girl, they're great. But like I'm excited to see my girls. I'm excited to see Vex. I'm excited to see Jana. I'm excited to see Sassy. Like the four of us.
Be one of your girls? I'm
sure.
joking.
No, you're fine. But the four of us have grown so much, like attached to each other in a good way. We share a lot, and it's not that we only share like YouTube stuff. We share like real life stuff that's with each other too, like the best moments in our lives to the low moments in our lives, and we have each other too. And Corey's right, Josh as well. I always keep forgetting Josh, but I love Josh. And then I saw Max. Like we went out to California for something last year, and we just hung out with Max. So it's we're friends. Like it's not a facade just to have online, which is great. And I think the chat can tell that too. Like everybody in the chat can genuinely tell when people are fake to each other on a panel.
Cisco says Leon gonna be passed around like a prison
Pretty
bitch.
much.
I'm a tiny individual. Nadia, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
See, you and I are the same height.
Okay, so I'll wear heels.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I know you said you don't have much longer, so just before we get out of
dude,
here,
I'll hang out with you until somebody shows up. No worries.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we got folks coming. AJ will be coming, shit like that. But I do want to ask you, do you
AJ's
have
always
a
late.
favorite? Yeah, AJ. Oh, speak of the fucking devil, he just showed up.
Nadia, why you so goddamn evil?
What?
I know,
What
right?
do you mean?
I don't know. Every time I hear you speak, you just talking shit about somebody present.
I'm just talking shit about you. You're the only person I talk shit about.
No. That's that Persian in you. You your gold chain
wrong,
too heavy.
Wrong brown person. That's Jana.
That's Jana. That's Jana.
Get your
aren't
shit
you
right.
like Middle East? Wait, is Persian Middle Eastern? I'm retarded, so I'm not sure.
They are.
Kind
They're brown
yeah.
people with gold.
Yeah.
AJ,
I'm Jordanian and Palestinian on my dad's side. Different country, AJ.
Maybe. I'll never know.
AJ and Foxy Moxie, how you both doing? Well, I have a question for Nadia, but I guess I'll just ask all of you guys this. But let me hit these supers first. They've been starting to pile up, and I want to make sure they're addressed. Then obviously we'll give Moxie and AJ their intro. And CFH90 coming in with that 5-banger. Happy anniversary, mate. Love hanging out. Love the content. Keep up the great work. No, thank you so much. Yeah, your story for how you found the Cabal is so interesting and amazing, CFH. And you're coming in thinking we were going to talk shit on Star Wars. Turns out we were doing a celebration of Lucas Star Wars on Gooch's show. And since then, you've appeared in everybody's chats. Mine, Badgers, Foxy Moxie is like truly, you are an MVP, CFH. So again, thank you so much. Rekieta coming in. Happy anniversary, Leon. Here's to many more years. By God, I hope so. But at some point, this channel will get yeeted from YouTube due to my penchant for saying the word faggot. It is too fun a word. I can't give it up. But I appreciate it nonetheless, Rick. Thank you. Miss Sparkles, nerds are the best winners. Let's go. Now we need a stripping Leon stream. I don't know about that. Maybe if I get in this shape I want to get in, we'll see. We can do something like that. Hayden Wayne with that 20-banger. 2024 was a good year for us. We can all argue with each other about nerd stuff, criticize each other, still hang out. I made genuine friends and love the connections I'm still making. It is my favorite hobby too. That is the best way to look at it, Hayden. I could not agree more. Yeah, by all means, like the friendships are legitimate, real friendships, whether this is a hobby or a career. And that's the biggest takeaway. And then the big ship, 20-banger, super positive stuff, was gay as hell. Let Hondo talk. Happy 2-year anniversary, brother. Congrats on the success and happy new year. There will be some more negativity. Don't get me wrong, especially with Foxy Moxie here. I want to bring up some stuff of news-wise,
okay.
story-wise.
We're doing this now, huh?
Well, I mean, AJ's here too.
I just meant like fun news stuff that's inherent in 2024.
I'm like, which round are we on, Leon? Let's go.
Fuck this
privately or publicly? I mean, it's good.
We fight all the time.
Gay now.
So,
Well, thank you,
yeah.
Big Ship. And then, last but not least, Foxy Moxie came in with them 10 Words of Paris memberships. Girly, thank you so much. I'm gonna just so that we can keep the ball rolling, give one clip to encompass all of that. And since Moxie did the last one, let's do her clip.
Utram Shredder? Sounds Swedish. Stop it! Can't you guys be serious about anything?
Thank you.
It's one of my favorites. No, thank you. So Nadia, we'll start with you. We'll go around the horn. Do you have a favorite memory from 2024? Just this past year, something that stuck out with you?
Oh man, that's a good question. I would probably say the many trips I took this year. Going to California for my birthday with my husband. Got it to take him
birthday.
to. Yeah. Yeah, I wish. Got to take him to Mario World, and I got to go to Hogwarts. So being able to see Sassy, Cannoli, Josh, Max, and hang out with all of them, and then going home for Thanksgiving because my husband and I had not been home in 5 years together. So being able
And you
to see
survived.
everybody.
You went to Chicago and lived.
I did, but I'm brown enough, so it's okay.
The color chart. She said.
Yeah, I fit. Yeah, I fit. I'm safe. I'm from the South Side. I know.
Yeah, you keep
know.
telling yourself that.
Yeah, but the question is, did your husband get the pass because he's with you? Like, is he safe as well, or is it like not all bets are off? Because he's
husband's
white
like-
as fuck.
He's white, but he's first of all, he tans darker than I do, and he's like a 6'3" Viking. Okay, so he's like a big dude. So my husband does not have to worry about anything. He's a pretty big dude. So but yeah, just I like my memories are with family and friends. I just love doing all of that with the travel. So and fuck AJ.
Well, I
Wow.
I appreciate you coming on, girly. Again, plug your channel. Can I ask you, do you plan on doing any sort of maybe name change or whatnot, just because it's so hard to find? Because anytime I type it in, it even though I'm sub to you, you still don't come up. I do like the whole at Horror with Nads. Is there? You're just hoping to get enough traction to make it to where it just does start popping up, or how do you feel about that?
The Persian excursion.
The Persian excursion. So the reason why it's Horror with Nads is actually my nickname on film sets when I used to work. And I used to be called D-Nads. Like it's a long thing. Anyway, maybe let's get me monetized, and maybe I'll let everybody kind of pitch in ideas what I should name it. So
you were
the
smart
name's
like
not
me.
bad. I
Actually,
just want you. Sorry, go for it, Max.
so like you were smart like me and actually used your real name, not thinking about it. Kind of
yeah. Well,
and then
Nadia.
and then I learned later people use fake names on the internet. What?
Nadia's kind of a rare name. Not to toot my horn, it's not very common. So I thought at least I would stand out with it. I do need to change my Twitter handle. I've had that for so long, and I just have not committed yet to it. But I don't know. Maybe
even know what your Twitter handle is. I just know you as Nadia on Twitter.
My Twitter handle is Nerd Dollface.
That's right. I did know that. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I like Horror with Nads. It's like horror with balls, man.
That's why I thought the reference was 2 plus your name, Nadia Nads. So I was like, it's a good name. I just, hopefully once you get monetized, you'll start pulling up with the algorithm with that name. But speaking of, guys, she's almost there. Literally just like less than 400 watch hours away, which is massive.
Less than 4 hour, and then less than 400 for 1K subs too as well, which is weird. I never thought I would
playlists on your channel by any chance so that we can.
Yeah, and starting in January, I'm doing 4 streams a week. So everybody come check out. We've got Horror Tuesday, which will be all news based in the genre. Thursday is going to be Not So Scary with Nadia, where I talk more about pop culture and stuff. Friday will be a panel one with people talking about Stranger Things. We're going to be recapping that into the new season. And then Saturday mornings, I'm doing my first watch through of X-Files. So I'll be recapping 2 episodes a week with that.
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. But yes, and guys, every Tuesday after Tinfoil Haters, we will raid into Nadia because we want to get those watch hours up. Don't sub to her if you're not going to watch. Dead subs don't help the channel. When you sub to her, actually watch her. Give her these watch hours. She's amazing. Nadia, anything else you want to say before you get on out of here?
Leanne, I love you, man. Like Zax was saying, you are one of the most genuine people I have met this year. I adore you. You are a straight shooter, which I love. You sometimes are hard, but that's okay. Yeah, people need it.
I'm a gay shooter. He's a straight shooter.
Whatever. Dude, I wish you so much success for 2025. I cannot wait to see where you grow to. And I just love you, man. I just love you, my lofty brother. So I'll see you tomorrow. Moxie, you're gorgeous. AJ, you all right? But I'm proud of you, my son, for getting on that kill, Tony. I can't wait to see.
Bro, shit. I was supposed to go today, but it's too much.
Whatever.
Well, I'm sure that'll come up when I ask you. But no, Nadia, again, before you go, thank you so much. You are, again, everything you level with me, I could literally say the same back with you. You've just been an absolute treat, a true friend, and thank you so much. Now you enjoy the rest of your night and go pester your husband to play some video games.
I will. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Nadia.
Peace, my melanated sister from the Middle East. That's too long. That's too long.
Bye, AJ. Bye, chat. Love you guys.
Bye.
AJ, same question to you, buddy. Is there a memory from 2024, something that happened this year that just sticks out? I assume it's going to be a very recent memory, but maybe you'll prove me wrong.
Nah, bro, it's not a recent memory. Like, that shit was dope. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking amazing. I would say that the first, I was about to call you the N-word. I don't use that. I don't exercise my privilege. But, man, the first half of this year, because you know how my December went. So I was just like, bro, what the fuck is life about to be like? But that's when I got into my jujitsu. So I've been loving that shit, bro. I've been killing it. So I think that that's something to add, you know what I'm saying, to my life that betters my body, my mind. It adds another skill. And martial arts is something I've been passionate about since I was a kid. So overall, that has been the most amazing thing that happened to me this year. Kill Tony was dope, but I still feel like I want more from it. Like I want to go and kill it. I don't feel like I kill it. Like I did well, but yeah. I just want more from it. I said, bro, he didn't even roast me. It's like going to Nickelodeon and not getting slime. Just like, bro, I need the full fucking experience. Like I'm some what is it? Like a sad bitch. Like, Tony, what's wrong with me? Why are you not roasting me, bro? So I gotta go back. What about me? Am I not good enough? So am I not bad enough? It's just like, what is that? So yeah, I just want to go show my face more in like comedy and like some chick was giving me shit because I was like, I had did the 3 open mics at that time. No, I think it was maybe 2. And she was like, you're a comedian. I was like, I don't want to claim it yet. Just because I've tried some fucking open mics, I don't want to take a title from people who actually, put in work and like respect it and yada, yada, yada. So I was like, let me test myself. Let me hit not a hurdle, but you get what I'm saying? Like, let me do something to make me be like, okay, I'm a comedian now. I feel like I can claim this. I've been talking for a while, I think.
I mean, but you're an interesting dude. I want to hear again this 2-year anniversary chat and whatnot. It's not supposed to as much as Zach's not and whatnot. And I appreciate the glazing as well. I want to celebrate you guys because the folks I'm inviting on here today are legitimate friends, folks that I don't think my 2024, whether on or off platform, would be the year it was without you guys. And so, I mean, AJ, like despite being black, you're my friend. Like that's amazing.
It's a good time we live in.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like we're back in the 90s. But no, I'm glad that jiu-jitsu was not the answer I was expecting for you to say. It's like your happiest memory of 2024. But man, you beat the shit out them kids. What can I say? And you love to see it. The kids.
Bro, I'm fucking it. The kids, my peers, the old people, they send them at me. Safe. Nobody's safe. If I got it, you gonna get it. You better get me first. I got some, bro. There's some folks in there fucking me up. I was about to nothing. Anyway. Yeah.
No, say it now. Now you got me curious. Come on.
I was about to say that be fucking the shit out of me, bro. But I'm like, that's not how I meant it. That's definitely not how I meant it. But I don't know, man. I think people need to experience that, like being in the combat and just like being overwhelmed. Just like, fuck, like this is what life could be like.
Yeah, people need to learn to get smacked in the face.
Yeah, that they plan don't work. Once physical contact is made.
Everybody got a plan to you. Face.
Well, guys, before I ask Moxie, gonna take this time to grift a little bit here. We are $48 away from our first tier goal. For those of you that maybe weren't here at the time, didn't know, we're doing merch giveaways and Wheel of Trauma spins. So yes, for every 200, I will do a merch giveaway, hat, shirt, female tank, whatever it is. And then I will spin a wheel for whatever you're going to have to make me endure. There's various things on the list. The Pocky One Chip Hot Challenge live on stream. Like pop it right before a countercast and try and run a countercast, or a Neon Leon dying. Going and seeing Snow White in the theaters, or a different version of seeing Snow White, but dressed up as a different Disney princess in protest, or watching and reviewing Dragon Ball Evolution. So yes, just note that there's some Wheel of Trauma spins and a merch giveaway. We're 48 away from tier 1. So just throwing that out there, and we'll what we hit. And Foxy Moxie, so far, your favorite memory of 2024. Hi.
It was a very split year as far as like the YouTube thing goes. First part of the year I was trying to rebrand and get away from WaifuCron and do something more in line with my original intent of creating a channel. So there was a lot of work there, but also one of my favorite memories, especially now that he's gone, got to meet Legal Vices and hang out with Flux and Ozzy Overlord in Vegas in May. And that was awesome. My first try at a good whiskey and turned me on to whiskey ever since, good or bad. However, Legal Vices.
Do you remember what kind of whiskey it was?
Yeah, it was, oh my God. It was the Japanese whiskey he bought on the plane. It's not the one you have. It's the same brand, I think, maybe.
It's
Oh, it was a
all
beautiful
the brand
bottle.
is Toki. So yeah, the brand is Toki.
No, maybe it's not that one. But it was a beautiful bottle. It was like a $700 bottle of whiskey that he got. So first try was a good one. Yeah. And then the later half, you and I had been kind of like here and there streaming together, kind of, sort of. And then you came on my birthday stream, which was epic. Had lots
One
of
of
big
the most fun
personalities on
streams
that.
I've been on all year. Not saying that just to suck you lady dick, but literally one of the most fun streams I'd ever been on.
You looked confused. Habiki is the brand.
Oh,
Habiki.
okay, gotcha.
I thought all Japanese alcohol was just sake.
No. Sake is specifically a rice-based rice-based alcohol. It's really good. I love sake. But you got to drink it hot. You basically heat it, you boil it, and then you take it in hot shots. It's really good.
Okay.
Hey, have you ever heard of Nika? Black Nika?
Who you asking, me or Leon? I know he's heard of it.
Anybody?
I don't think I have. I was actually curious if AJ had heard of it, and I'm also
I put it in the private chat. It's an educational program.
But yes, your birthday stream. I was confused because for the first hour or so of it, we were all just hanging out, having fun, like casual conversations, shooting it back and forth. Then Chinky Eyed Joe, who I did not know at the time, came on.
Legend.
And bulldozed through in the most amazing way possible. Just this little tiny Einstein-level genius Asian man just for like an hour and a half spoke the most beautiful, eloquent, broken English, and I was enthralled with him. So yes, I was very confused, but in the best way. Your birthday stream, highlight of my year, absolutely.
Well, and so streaming with you more, we did more of that toward the later half of the year, and when I was on SNH. I was on SNH one time. It's in private chat. And then I started meeting other people. Erwin will say he called dibs. So I got jumped into a cabal that I wasn't planning on. It was fantastic. Yeah, so it's been a crazy year, but it's been fun. It's made streaming fun again, because toward the end of last year, I just wasn't feeling it. I got kind of burnt out and trying to do too much. And now I'm doing more than I was then. It's just now I'm actually enjoying it. So it makes a difference.
Maybe. Beach, maybe. And last but not least, before we get back into the news and ideas and things that happened throughout the course of the year, Spence, my man, you've had a very mixed year as well, if I recall. But what has been your just highlight of 2024?
Probably my highlight of 2024, as far as things that anybody here would give a crap about or is relevant, is probably having Doug bounding into comics out of the pit it was in. When I took over in November, it was not in a healthy place. We were dropping viewers. Nobody cared. We had the worst reputation. And now we are like soaring and everybody loves us. And it was a while. It was a struggle. But seeing that you can do that, it made me optimistic for all of us out here. Like, oh, don't worry. Don't struggle. Don't worry. It'll happen.
As a content creator that frequently took and does take your guys' articles and just spice it up by adding the words faggot and whatnot. I don't know if you saw any of my older videos before you took over, but you're right. I can give firsthand experience, as I would anytime I used a bounding source before you took over, bounding as a source before you took over.
Yeah.
I would shit talk you guys in the video. I'd be like, all right, we're using bounding for this. Well, I know they're not a great source, but what the fuck ever, we're just take it with a grain of salt, is what it is. And I would just lambaste bounding. And then over the course of, around when you took over in November and the months following that, yeah, it's November of 2023 is when 2023, for clarification, for the goes in the chat. I was like, is bounding getting good again? I'm not seeing religious zealotry. I'm not seeing talking about why video games are bad for your health using Catholicism as the reference point. Like,
a priest one time said that if you played Sonic the Hedgehog, you're going to be infertile and go to hell. So be careful about that, Leon.
You know what? I've had mine. I think I'm good going forward. Infertility wouldn't really bother me at this point. But yeah, no.
Name it Sonic.
Going to the hell part does worry me. But yeah, no. I can attest to your guys' complete reversal to the point where you're now my favorite source to use in nerd
and
culture.
Honestly, like if it weren't for all of that like crap that I had to dig out of, I would have never met you, because that's how we came to meet. Is that you were criticizing a bounding article, and I was like, oh. All right, you know what? That's valid. That is completely fair. He's got all of his points. And then we started.
Was it one you wrote? Do you remember? Was it one you wrote?
I don't remember at this point. I just know that you called it out, and I was like, you know what? That's like, I didn't even try to fight back because I'm like, if it was about my article, you probably took a swing at like the overall site, and I was like, yeah, there's no defending it. He's right.
Well, all in all, what you guys have done is amazing. You've got a great team behind you, and frankly, you're not a one-man team. You have a team behind you. There's what, like five or six of you guys. But the work that you put in as the editor-in-chief is just you are working harder than literally anybody on X or YouTube or anything that I know besides maybe Hypno. Like, you two are just both fucking workhorses. You don't stop.
I feel like Hypno's got clones, man. He's everywhere. I see him on like all the time.
I see you active at like 4 a.m. You're like, oh yeah, I'm just getting this bounding article done. Like, motherfucker, it's 4 a.m.
You guys need the news. We do it for you. That really is it. Like yes, it's a lot of fun reporting the news, and my job's a lot of fun, but we do this for you guys because you all, you keep us going, but you guys deserve good news, whether it's you don't deserve an IGN and you don't deserve a Fandom Pulse. So we want to give you guys actual information, not BS you guys, and that's what we hope to do.
Do you get like, or have you gotten, or at any point, maybe you are now, or just sometimes throughout your time with the rebranding of Bounding, got disenchanted with nerd culture news? Be like, I'm doing this again for them, but I have no. Basically, was the emotion taken out of it at any point for you? Because you're a true blue nerd like the rest of us.
Yeah. There's never been a point where that sort of passion has gone out of me, but there have been certain topics where I've sort of like burnt out on, like MCU casting. I don't care anymore. You guys don't care anymore. Who cares anymore, right? So like if I see a new MCU article, I do have that one moment of like, here we go again. But again, it's never about you guys. It's just about the MCU is bad. I don't want to write about it anymore.
Well, with that, we're going to get back into some of the more interesting things that happened in 2024 that...
Hold on, Leon, my bad.
No, go for it.
My bad. This is the same Spencer that said I was retarded for my Mario opinion.
Probably. What was the opinion? I'll double down on it.
Let's go.
I don't know if this is the arena for that. I've been waiting to get at Spencer, though.
I think this is the perfect arena.
This is going to be one of those WWE when we're going back to the locker room camera shots.
Let's make it happen.
He's going to cut a promo and he's going to be like, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck no, I'm DK. Spencer can be that whack Mario that y'all praise in that movie.
Homie, you're like 5'6".
Chris
You're DK
Mario.
Jr. at best.
Not actual Mario.
That's
Chris
cool.
Mario.
I'm something different. I'm something in between a Diddy and a DK. All right, man.
Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong.
Who?
Diddy Kong. You don't just say Diddy in today's current climate.
Okay. All right. I missed that.
Be specific.
Hey, my mind's not there. I don't think about that weirdo. Like, anyway.
He means in terms of money.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Johnny Boy Winslow for 5 months. Thank you so much, brother. Happy anniversary. Sweet shirt, AJ. Spencer, Kamen Chibi? Mad Moxie, you look great in that cosplay. Leon, try an Ace cosplay or a Black Sails Black Beard. That's funny you say that. I again, one of the tier list spin goal things is doing a costume stream. So who knows? That could very well happen if we hit it. Discovering this awesome community being involved. Say that again.
Leona doesn't count.
No, Leona doesn't count. I'm talking like an actual fucking costume. Not. And seeing Heard, remember 1 month, discovering this awesome community and being involved has been the 2024 highlight. Oh, seeing Heard, we appreciate you, brother. We do. You've been hopping up in every stream. Thank you so much. Now, AJ, I think you're about to tell Spencer a new one. Continue.
Yeah, I want to get into cosplay too, though. My first one gonna be Rafiki. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm manifesting.
Wait, Rafiki, like the Lion King character?
For sure.
But he's gonna wear a green screen and project it onto him.
No, I'm putting makeup on. I'm gonna have a red nose. I'm gonna have all that. I'm gonna have a stick. Gotta have a stick. Man, as far as the reds, I'm doing all of that. I might do my booty blue too.
I was gonna say, full blue ass.
Do they have blue booties or red booties?
I don't know if y'all gonna see the booty, but just know it's gonna be done. All right, as far as the Mario, the opinion, what the main one Spencer took issue with was when I said the training course scene made no sense to me. I felt like that was just to elevate Peach. To my knowledge, Mario never completed that level. And I had said earlier in the movie, we see him parkouring, like he's doing it with ease through Brooklyn, and Luigi is right behind him, keeping up but clumsy. You know what I'm saying? You get to really see the personality of these characters, which I thought. But then when he gets to this level, when he gets to this world, like all of that shit is gone. And I was saying, like, bro, parkour, same with like skateboarding. Once you see like an area, you know what I'm saying? Once you see a place in the city or just anywhere, like you'll see people's like skating in abandoned like parks and all that type of shit. Like you adapt to it. That's the fun in it. And I didn't see any of that skill that they showed us that he was capable of translate over to that. And people would say, well, it's a different world. He's learning. Okay, we can make him learn faster. Like we can still give him obstacles that he has to overcome, but we can at least establish that our hero is fucking base level. Like, you know, that's what the whole montage is about. Seeing you become dope. I never saw that from the Mario thing. Seth Rogen's DK was trash, but the karting with the Kongs was so fucking retarded. Like, when do you see Mario Kart? You don't see it introduced in a Donkey Kong game. Fuck no, you see it introduced in a Mario game. So it would make more sense that the more human-like characters would create this, as opposed to the apes whose bodies have evolved because they travel through the trees or arboreal and shit. So it wouldn't make no fucking sense that they made cars. So that plus the cat suit, that was it for me. Cause like we had the mushrooms in the beginning. So it's like, oh, he has to eat the mushroom to get big. But then the cat suit, I guess he just has to touch it or something. So like the mechanics of the powers, that shit didn't make no fucking sense. But for the sake of the jokes, they did what they wanted to in the moment. But for all them Kongs to trash the cat suit, and for Mario, who couldn't even complete a training level, who's trash in this world, to put this fucking cat suit on and just be that fucking cold, just beat the shit out of their best warrior like it was nothing. I was like, make it make sense. Why did this whole stadium of characters laugh at this suit if nobody can put it on and beat their strongest warrior? Like if DK would have put it on, he would have been like some fucking gorilla saber-tooth like that. He would have been a fucking menace. Like he would have wanted that. So it was just a bunch of retarded things that happened. Those are some of my top. That's what I was talking about in the stream, and you was in the chat like, get him out of here. This dude's retarded, bro.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. Now I remember our talk. I am fucking dying sick right now. I don't have it in me to argue or try to bring up these points. So let's rain check that. But now that I know, we can have an accurate talk.
You should have stopped me a long time ago then, bro. Damn.
You guys, Leon gave you the floor. You were going.
Yeah, I wanted to hear him because some of those I agree with and some I disagree with. So yeah, but yeah, I do want to rain check this argument. This could be a fun fucking debate.
Yeah, no, this is definitely good. Now I remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, I hate y'all now.
I don't want to be here.
So Spence, obviously as a journalist, you will probably have thoughts on this, and then Moxie, because you and I both are obsessed with politics. I covered this a little bit with Zach's, but I want to get your guys' opinions on it before we go to the next thing that happened in 2024 that was insane. Again, people don't realize just how crazy 2024 was. Julian Assange was released from prison after a U.S. plea deal.
Wild.
Who saw this coming?
Where is he?
Where is he now? He's back in the U.S., isn't he?
I have no idea. No, I genuinely don't know.
See, bro, who the fuck are these humans y'all be putting on the screen?
Well, it says on here, return home to Australia after years fighting extradition.
Oh, he was better off in prison.
We're gonna have an Australian on later, possibly as well, which is even better. But like Julian Assange was put in prison in 2012 over fake accusations. I don't know, Mox, did you ever follow his work or anything that he did, like when you were getting invested in politics? Or
not? I mean, it kind of was. I didn't really start following politics until everything went crazy around 2015, 2016. Prior to that, I hadn't really paid much attention. So during that awakening process, he was somebody on the radar, but I didn't necessarily like really dig into his story.
Right on. All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and just switch to this next one. Unless Spencer, you got any thoughts on it again from the journalist perspective? Like
from the journalist perspective, I'm probably leaning up right with your opinion. I think it was bogus that he was in there. I understood by legal things and everything, you had to put him like under house arrest or whatever. But I was always on his side. You know, always more information for everybody. That's the key.
Now, switching gears to head towards this would have been June. We had the Biden-Trump debate in June. I feel like everyone forgot about that because Kamala Harris switched gears. Everyone went all in on Kamala. But man, looking back on that debate, and What are your thoughts in hindsight 6 months later?
It was still bad.
You say that, but I almost believe, and this is maybe I'm biased because I hate brown women. I almost believe that this is a better debate for Biden than what Kamala ended up having. Like I don't think Biden was as bad as we all thought he was when you look at what
Biden was actually a little on point here, probably huffed him up full of all the gas and stuff. But as far as Trump goes, this was an awful showing by him. He got so lucky having Kamala come out and be the actual nominee. I don't even like Biden, and I know that this was a bad performance for Trump.
So looking back on it, like say they didn't prop up Kamala Harris, do you think there's a chance Biden could have actually won?
Biden, no. Literally anybody who was competent from the Democratic Party, yes. The Democrats do not know how to nominate anybody that will win, right? Like Bernie Sanders would have won, and they shat all over him for Hillary. And then they go, "Oh, what happened? What you guys didn't like that? Must have been misogyny." Like they'll never learn. They're doing it now.
Does this feel like this was this year to any of you guys?
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, Mox, you say no. This feels like what, a lifetime ago?
Time has lost all meaning. Years feel like months, and crisscross on that. But yeah, it does not seem like that was only 6 months ago.
It is amazing, and that's why I've been pulling up some of these articles. It is amazing that time flies, because just a month later, not even a full month later, mind you, about 2.5 weeks later, they tried to blow a boy's head off. They tried to assassinate Trump, and they failed. Again, this doesn't feel like it was 5 months ago, 5.5 months ago. 2024 was insane. Is there any story from 2024 that you guys remember that's like, oh, wow, that happened this year? Like, it's almost been memory hold. For any subject. It doesn't need to be political or whatnot, just anything that happened this year.
Well, obviously, this was the biggest one for me as far as crazy things happening. There's been so much in such a short span of time. That's why it feels like it's been longer to me. It's that whole like RAM memory. It's like there's too much, so it like feels like it's very fast and very far away. But the second one, and also the alleged third attempt that was thwarted, the school shootings, manifestos being withheld, and all of the, it wasn't the far right wingers, so there's been an adjustment in how we, especially since the election, and how a lot of people online that have platforms are allowed to express themselves a little differently. Maybe they're not. Most people have been in the middle for the longest time, but they've hung out with the left because they thought that would keep them safe. And now it's coming out that it's becoming more apparent that most people are actually in the middle, like it used to be, like it used to feel. So that cultural shift has been, I don't know, I'm hesitant, but I'm a little hopeful.
That's a big change from you just even in November, like early November, because you and I were talking, I think on your show, we streamed like the night, I think it was the night before the election, and then you and I were talking about it the next day. You're like, I don't think he's making it to office. Like they're gonna pull some shit.
I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, this is too good to be true. Like, they would not allow this to happen, or either they're just incompetent enough, or they have the baddies, right? The ominous have different plans. I'm not trusting how things are going completely, but I am surprised that it's going this well so far.
You and me both. I saw an article from The Guardian last week or earlier this week. Well, no, today's Monday. So yeah, last week saying, here's still the options that the left can use to keep Trump from getting from his inauguration from happening. It's like, okay, so they are still, it almost seems like their attempts at this point are half-hearted. Like they just sort of got to run these articles to save face. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Very cautious optimism, and every day it seems a little bit brighter. Obviously, things aren't going to change day one. But do you think that we are going to see? And I asked this earlier because we were talking about, again, Epstein. It seems like people memory hold that we had Epstein files, not the list, but Epstein files released in January. I went over them. I did a fucking video on them that got like 100 and something views because I don't know if YouTube just doesn't like the topic or people weren't interested because fuck it, it's been 4 years since Epstein. But we had Epstein files released this year. Maybe in 2025 we actually get Epstein and Diddy lists. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too optimistic, but
I've made
it's not going to happen because Trump's going to not let it happen. Come on, let's be real, guys.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
He's on the list. He's implicated for all the things everybody wants to say, like, oh, but he turned on Jeffrey. Like, he's still on those lists. He still had hours and hundreds of hours of convos with him. Trump is not this golden shining hero, and he's got just as much shit on him as everybody we mock and say is part of the swamp. So no, that's not happening.
Well,
if it would have happened, it would have happened the first time around. Didn't happen, so not happening this time.
And I don't disagree with your idea that he's got a lot of shit on him, stuff in the closet. All rich businessmen do. However, if he's president and there's a demand for it, and it really, because it was J.D. Vance who's calling for it to be done.
Doesn't matter. He won't do it. Why do you think? Here, let me ask you a question. Why do you genuinely think a president who has a bunch of shit on him would release a bunch of files that implicate him in a very, very serious criminal empire? If just because everybody says we want it, we've had populist.
I haven't answered that. So he has immunity until he gets unless he's impeached. And only after an impeachment can he be convicted. But if he is impeached, convicted, and whatnot, J.D. Vance takes over, and J.D. Vance is far more right wing and authoritarian than Trump would be. So he's basically got a built-in insulator.
That doesn't mean he's going to release it, because then it's still.
I'm not saying because I don't know if he will or not. I'm asking you guys' opinions. I don't know if he will or not.
No, that's what I'm saying. What you just said there doesn't really hold anything, because even if he lets it out and he doesn't get legally harangued right then and there, he still has to live with that for everything when he gets out of office, for when he tries to have a life after that. It's not a smart, prescient move for anybody.
Well, what about the Diddy list then? Do you think that'll satisfy people and that we'll see that?
No,
because that's
he's probably going to be on that one too.
I don't know that he'd be on the Diddy list. That seems far more that seems far more black people oriented. I don't think Trump was hanging out at a lot of Diddy parties.
All right, I definitely agree with that. I think the Diddy one, I think that will. Yeah. Let me chime in. I think the Diddy one, what is it? He's like that'll be like a sacrifice. Sacrifice Diddy. Okay, we give people something. We say it's some kids, Justin Bieber, yada yada yada. But they're more like celebrities, the people that's playing with the Illuminati money. And I think like the Epstein list, like, yeah, that's something. I think that's way more demonic. Like, that's got too many people in power where they're just like, okay, no, that shit can't get out. So like, fuck you peasants. Like, we don't care that you want to see that list. You're not going to see it. And you'll be okay with that.
Well, and Mox had said something about, how we've got more freedom of information now because of, frankly, who owns Twitter.
Oh, you mean the guy? You mean the guy who's censoring all the accounts that are criticizing him? It's great.
I've got major issues with some of the recent Elon stuff. I completely agree. However, it's
I just want to say
better than what happened in Brazil in September, because this is another thing that happened in September this year. Man, the Brazil Supreme Court banned X.
And then Elon went around and bowed over to them.
Yep, he did. He bowed and kowtowed. I completely agree. It took a few months, but he did. Yeah, 2024. I don't know. I guess for me, as someone who mostly covers pop culture, seeing stuff like this, being reminded, like, oh right, all this stuff happened just within a span of 12 months. I mean, there's so much that we've left off the list that we haven't talked about yet. You mean we know the CIA did the JFK shooting? We only find out what they want us to know. Well, yeah, but we already know. Yes, 100%. CIA also killed MLK, but MLK used to fuck around with his wife a lot. It's not a big deal. My thoughts, but.
Okay, so yeah, Leon's also endorsing it on Trump. You heard him. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, if you fuck around on your wife, then maybe getting shot isn't the worst thing. It shouldn't be the CIA doing it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're calling for this against our president-elect. Get him, boys.
Our president-elect. Yes, yeah. Fed boys, you heard it here first. I know you guys want to do it anyway. You tried to take him out twice, and you kind of failed because you're really bad at your jobs. But just don't fuck around on your wife, and don't get shot. Just leave it to normal people to kill people who are cheating. Don't let the government do it. That's all I'm advocating for.
I think it's these types of discussions kind of irk me a little bit, because you don't have to worship these people, these men in power, but you can acknowledge the good things they do and call them out on the bad things they do. Like both. I'm not a Elon worshiper. I'm not a Trump worshiper, but there are good things that they've done. As far as the list, I don't think we're going to see those unless they're extremely redacted. And if either Elon or Trump are as good of businessmen as they appear to be a lot of the time, they're going to make strategic moves to ensure they are not harmed in the process. So we'll see what happens. I don't have a lot of faith in the promises, even though he's not, the classic politician. He was racing to be the president, right? So he's going to say things that maybe he doesn't even have control over. He's president, still a figurehead to some degree. Their powers are limited. His cabinet picks are interesting. So I think it's going to be, I think there's going to be a lot of talking points in the coming months, at the very least.
Well, no, I agree with that. I'm going to switch gears for a moment, though, because I've got a whole new panel than the last time I asked this question. In terms of media, music, movies, video games, TV shows, whatever it may be, just media released in 2024. I know that on Niat's stream yesterday, we talked specifically about movies, but it could be anything. What was something that was, some things that came out that you loved and or hated? You can go both ways. Especially, let's start with you, since you cover this shit on the daily, and you also have a very eclectic taste. What were some 2024 media releases that exceeded your expectations and that you just loathed?
So the ones that I can walk away, say I really like these. I had very little expectations, but was really blown away by them. One is the Absolute Universe that they're doing over at DC right now. I had very, very low hopes because they're like, oh, we're doing our
You're
own
enjoying
Ultimate
that
thing. I actually am. I very much am enjoying everything that all the books so far that have come out for it have been fantastic.
Really? I haven't read any of it, so I'm not judging you. It's the art turned me off, but if the books are good, that's interesting.
Which is completely fair. A lot of people have been turned off by the art. I'm not a big fan of the art in Wonder Woman, but the Batman one, it works for the book and everything. So I've been enjoying that. I've been enjoying everything in the Ultimate Universe reboot, except for Black Panther, because that book is terrible. If you've seen the movies, you know what it is. Aside from that, I'd say probably the thing. And this is what's so hard about you asking this question right now, Leon, is because I just saw the movie and it's in my brain. Sonic 3 is one of the greatest things I have ever seen. Like, as a fan, as an artist, just everything about that movie was there. The only criticism I really have is that there's some pacing issues near the very end. But aside from that, Sonic 3 is an amazing movie. As far as bad things, I know this sounds so stereotypical, but really it has been. Aside from Deadpool and Wolverine, every MCU thing has been really embarrassing this year. From Agatha
what
to
came
What
that's
If.
right. They did a bunch of TV shows this year. Wasn't Deadpool the only movie, and there was just a bunch of TV shows?
Yep. Deadpool was the only movie, but then they've been doing a bunch of TV shows, and they've all been really kind of sad. I forget, it was either Nadia or AJ. One of them said like something to this effect, but it feels like they don't want to be there. Like, a lot of the people are like, oh, I have to show up and do this. I have to work on a Marvel thing. Okay. So this last What If season has been really, 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 really bad and embarrassing. And so I know I'm suffering from recency bias, but I can't get it off of my mind.
I don't think you're suffering from recency bias, because most people that saw the first and second Sonic movies still love those, and those are old at this point. So I think you're going to feel the same way in 2 or 3 years.
Oh, I more meant like what are the things I hate, because they were all like Marvel.
You mean the recency bias? Well, I mean, yeah, all this stuff is recent because it's just within the last year. Hypno, thank you so much for dropping by, homie. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. We were talking about your work ethic a little bit earlier. You were just absolutely amazing.
Everywhere.
But yeah, no. As far as the MCU Star Wars, I think at this point we all sort of expect that to be bad. Was there anything that you were looking forward to that turned out to be bad?
You know what? No, because these days I really don't let myself have expectations. I think you and I and probably everybody on this panel and in your viewership has the same feeling, right? Like, we've been burned way too many times to get hype. The second you do get hype, something will always go wrong that sort of farts all over you. So I'd rather prepare for the worst and be surprised.
I'm not smart enough for that. I appreciate that you give me that level of but I normally, if it's something from Disney, if it's some sort of big brand nerd IP, yes, I am smart enough to like, fuck it, I'm gonna have low expectations. But take Nosferatu, for example, I had the highest expectations for Nosferatu.
Oh yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, that's a different I know what you mean, and I think all of us know like that differentiator there. Did you like it?
I liked it, but I was disappointed by it. I was expecting it's Robert Eggers, it's Nosferatu. I was expecting a 10 out of 10, and I
that's your problem. You were expecting. I expected nothing. I'm like, okay.
See, I feel like the expectation was justified because his previous work speaks for itself. He's never released
like
a film that wasn't a masterpiece. Like, every Robert Eggers film I've ever seen.
Anyone's past work anymore? I know. This is a new day. This is a new age.
I'm actually getting to that point, Nadia. Yeah, because everybody can be so hidden. Or Moxie. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. My brain is it's the cough medicine. But Yeah, no, I feel like that's where a lot of us are headed nowadays.
What about you, Max? Anything that just surprised you? Again, it doesn't have to be movies or whatnot. Just for any sort of media. Maybe you're a fucking fan of Scrabble and they released a dope ass new Scrabble version. I don't know. Like,
You know, I did discover a spellcast in the Discord this year. That was fun.
oh, that
Haven't
was
done
this
that in a
year that you
while.
discovered that?
Yeah, I'd never played it before. I didn't hang out in Discord until this year.
Fair enough.
I
That's
I
been
had
some of the
one, I just
highlights of my year.
never used it.
Spellcast games.
Um,
So
Spellcast was awesome. As far as shows go, Severance, even though it came out before this year, I found out about it this year.
It ended
really
this
cool
year
show.
too, right?
I'm sorry?
It ended this year too, right?
I think so. They have a new season coming out in
Oh.
March.
What am I thinking?
Spring?
Oh, I was
Season
thinking
2
of
comes out soon.
Succession. I was thinking of
Oh,
Succession. That HBO
Severance.
show. Yeah.
It's an Apple Plus show.
That's the one with
And Silo?
Adam Scott.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Adam
That's
Scott.
great.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of them, but yeah.
They're good. I was pleasantly surprised. Like it's been a while since there was a show that I'm like, I want to see what happens next. So that was surprising. Expecting nothing, got that surprise. It's been great for a few things, but I had expectations for Dune 2. I didn't care for it, so
Based.
did not learn my lesson.
And AJ, last but not least, I know that you don't watch modern media in terms of like movies and whatnot, but is there anything that you did, take on in 2024 that you loved and hated?
All right, so I had to look for answers to this question. Fuck modern media, but I did see somehow somebody was uploading like full movies to YouTube, so I got to watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I enjoyed that, and I got
did you see any of your relatives in there, like as extras or anything?
Bro, I'm a fucking beast, bro. Just the ape shit don't offend me, bro.
I know it doesn't offend you. It's just fun to see the chat react to it.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm Black Tarzan. Like Disney hired me for the woke reboot, bro. Fuck it, I'm in there. DIE hire.
Congratulations for knowing what a computer is.
This fucking guy.
Both of you, man.
I know
we should introduce you to Kathy Hochul. She'd be so excited.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's in Texas. He doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, I know Jane.
I want to study for science.
All right, and Transformers 1. I'm not the biggest Transformers fan. Like I enjoy Transformers, but I mean the marketing, people say it sucked, but it looked like a fun like kids Transformers movie. And I was like, well, that's what y'all want. Like y'all complaining about tragic ass movies and backstories, BS, and all this type of shit. I'm like, it looks like a fun Transformers movie. It's colorful. There was definitely issues that I had with the movie, but that was something else that I watched on YouTube. So those are cool. I wouldn't say I fucking love them. Like I don't need those experiences ever again. But some shit I hate. I hate all the L's black people keep taking with this fucking media, especially Disney, bro. God damn, bro. This is why I got into YouTube, bro. I hate to see Disney's downfall and how this shit was so fucking magical. And now I see Spider-Man has to be validated by white Peter Parker. So now Miles is just Spider-Man. He's not his own character. Falcon is not Falcon anymore. Now he's Captain America. He has to be validated by fucking Captain America. And in real life, when the Chris guy, what's his name? Chris, whatever the fuck he is, was on Twitter. Yeah. Chris Evans, and he was on Twitter
shit.
like, this is the new Captain Falcon or some shit. I'm like, you gotta validate this dude in real life, bro. And then who is the Obi-Wan dude had to validate the black chick who's the fucking bad.
Was Obi-Wan this year? Dang.
No, it wasn't this year.
Oh, okay. Woo,
No. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
you're bringing it up. Yeah.
I'm saying all these L's black people taking, bro. You had the one chick working on family, the Proud Family, Loud and Proud, and she was like, I'm putting all this gay shit in there. Disney ain't stopping me, complaining about the white man. Why she working for the white man? I'm just like, bro, this shit don't make no goddamn sense. This is like some real mental slavery that we going through. Oh, and then Captain Black Falcon is coming out in February because Black History Month reasons. But Black Panther is dead. But Black Panther is dead.
On Valentine's Day. You can have the most magical Black Valentine's Day of all time.
Wait, it's coming out on Valentine's. So wait, that and Assassin's
Creed.
You
Stepped over my joke. That's the joke I always make, Leon, is like you can get your girl, and on the way to take her to see that romantic Brave New World, you can stop over and grab your copy of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
See, I had a similar joke, and like mine is like, imagine being at like a Thanksgiving or a Valentine's Day dinner with your girl, and your girl's like not a gamer or whatnot. She knows you like games, that's the extent of it. And she's like, "Oh, here's your Valentine's Day gift," and you open it and it's Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you're like, "Thanks, honey." Like,
only if she's like a brand new girlfriend. Otherwise, it's to the streets.
Get out.
We gotta take this back.
And you,
man, how long I've been up here, dog? I've been over here.
Literally for like 3.5 minutes. Like I was letting AJ was ranting, so you're good, man. I was gonna ask.
I'm over here editing shit. You know, I didn't even know I was on camera. I don't look presentable yet, you bastard bitch.
You look fantastic. What you talking about? You got that fucking nice ass do-rag. You got the
I had to switch up the facial hair for the new year. You know what I'm saying? New voice, new hair, new me. You know what I'm saying?
You found a new voice last night.
I didn't find it. Okay, it's just been I've been.
You found out you were a merry man. I should have had Tiny read that line. By the way,
Aunt you, is that you?
That would have been funny. Looks like a hippie. Fuck you, Charlie.
You do,
I bet
bro.
you didn't wash. I bet you didn't wash behind your ears today.
Beaded curtain.
Not just new look, new voice, new shade, new hair. Still playing Marvel Rivals instead of making content.
Cap, I recorded a video earlier. It's going to be dropping tomorrow, and the video that I dropped today has been doing well. So, eat my ass, Puerto Rican.
So no, Kato, though, same question to you though, bro. By the way, thank you for coming on again. Anniversary. I just want to shout out and spotlight all my homies. Hypno, you're welcome on. I won't lie, I didn't even send you an invite because you're so fucking busy. I feel like I monopolize your time. I've stopped inviting Hypno shit just because I feel like I'm taking his time since he's so fucking busy. But yeah, so that's a thing. But anyway, Kato, what is something that just surprised you this year? Again, it doesn't have to be a TV show or movie. Just something that you played, watched, whatever that you enjoyed, surprised you, and then something you fucking hated.
Let
Good
me
luck on your stream, brother, man. Truly appreciate it, Hypno.
Let me think. AJ kind of stole mine. I went into Transformers 1 thinking I was going to absolutely hate it, and it's one of my favorite movies of the year, to be honest.
Yeah, you've been one of the biggest advocates for that movie since I've met you. Like,
yeah, I was hating on that shit since that first trailer. I was like, this looks like ass. This is terrible. I can't believe they're doing this to my favorite franchise. Then I watched the movie. I was like, why is nobody going to watch this movie? Why did they make the trailer so bad? They fucked it up. Why are we doing this? So, yeah, I would say the biggest surprise, that wouldn't even be my biggest surprise. I would just say in general, my biggest surprise would be everything that blew up in gaming this year. Like, it's kind of crazy how everybody just lined up like at the same time around, you know.
I hadn't brought that media up yet. You segued into it. Guys, this article was in March 6th. We are still making videos. A lot of folks are. I'm really not anymore, but a lot of folks still making videos on like this Sweet Baby Inc. You know, shit. Like you were covering this, Spence, on Bounding into Comics, and
oh yeah,
we're still talking about it.
Yeah, she fucked it up.
Hey, look. I'm gonna keep admitting to y'all. I'll be liking Alyssa Mercante pictures, bro.
You ain't gotta tell. I already know. I already know. AJ probably be. Look, he probably got a burner account. He be under. Don't let them chuds talk to you like that.
Yeah, right.
Y'all can clip me all you want. I think Alyssa Mercante has a nice ass, but I guarantee you she doesn't shave her armpits. So I'm good.
See, AJ, you're not alone, bro.
I stand by that though. I stand by, but I'm not. You know, I don't be liking her pictures. She look like a Who character, so I don't like it.
I don't give a fuck.
She do
Point
got that
for
horse
honesty,
ass,
but
though.
you didn't have to tell us that.
Hey, she got that horse ass though.
I'm pretty sure you admitted on your stream the other day that you've only you've never been white girl. You've only been with one white girl. So like to you, I imagine just any white girl will suffice.
No, I've been with many white women.
No, it was AJ was saying that.
No, won't know any just suffice, bro. I'm selective about my white women.
Nah,
they're beautiful from afar, though.
White women.
I like the Latinas. I need some.
AJ like the Latinas, bro.
I need my melanin levels up.
Oh, bro, he gonna get stabbed.
Maybe,
dude. Right? Like one Mexican chick I dated, she was cool and all, but my God, she was a little like cuckoo for coconuts.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm worried about my boy.
I don't want to get stabbed. That don't have to be the answer to any of our problems. I'm trying to create some. I'm trying to create some productive brown citizens.
Like I remember I dated a Mexican chick one time. It was the same day I was going to break up with her for my first baby mama. And I went to sleep. I was over her house. I had met her on Minecraft of all games, actually. And I was sleeping on her couch, and her homeboy was there too. I woke up. This bitch had a gun to my face, and she was like, "Who was Sierra?" And I was like, "Oh, did she go through my phone?" So her homeboy was looking at me like, "Oh shit." And he got up off the couch, and he grabbed her. He's like, "Jasmine, chill, Jasmine, chill." She,
Her name was Jasmine?
Yeah, Jasmine.
Of course it was.
It was. I
That's
forget
a
her last
horror
name.
story, bro.
She's a crackhead now, but she was fine as hell back in the day. But I remember I woke up. I was like, "God damn it!" She's cussing at me in Spanish and shit. And I didn't drive there. Her homeboy drove me there, right? So I remember his name was Stinky Dro. He was a white dude. He was cool as fuck, and he had to walk me out the house because she was trying to kill me. All because she went through my phone and saw those messages, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, okay, but to be fair, this is kind of on you. You said you went over there to break up with her. You ended up passing out on the couch. Like, why did you just?
You know
it
why,
and
Leon. You don't need to highlight it. You know why.
I went over there to break up with her, but I can't leave without taking. I'm from around the way. I got to take. I'm leaving with some.
That sounds like an after sex nap you took.
Yeah,
it got long.
Hey, look, I went over there. I was, and then I went to sleep. I went to sleep. I woke up and I was like, "Fuck!" That was the exact same day. I remember that like it was yesterday. Barrel right in my right eye. I was like, "Damn."
Nah, no weapon.
Hey, Karma got her ass. She a crackhead.
Kind of gonna be getting married and be like, I gotta shout out to my boy Stinky. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here today.
Stinky Dro.
Yeah, Stinky Dro. He in jail.
AJ,
Stinky Dro, but he also made sure she didn't blast you.
Shout out my boy Stinky Dro.
To be fair, women don't traditionally have good aim. She probably would have missed, like even point blank. Moxie, present company excluded. I know you shoot, but in general, women don't really got good aim. So,
I believe I can dodge bullets.
I would have been.
That's why you work out. It's like so you could take a bullet and it not break the skin.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like Nick.
Yeah, I know, right? Nick over here fucking looking like real life goddamn Captain America, but not a liberal piece of shit. Nick, welcome to the party, pal. How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here. The veins are pumping. I just got back from the gym, so
hell yeah.
Glad I could make it. Glad to be here.
Did you get yourself some chicken or something afterwards? Get that protein synthesis going?
Oh yeah, I got some steak. So
Nick look like the Puerto Rican Patriot.
Bro, no, I did legs yesterday, man.
I'll do better than Sam Wilson. What's that, Gina?
Please do.
Yesterday, and it's just now starting to hit me today. I woke up. I was like, "Oh, my back! My ass."
If your back is hurting after leg day, I think you were doing that shit wrong. It should be your legs.
No, because the one exercise I was doing the most was because I'm trying to work on the glutes, man. Women like a man with a nice ass, so I'm trying to make sure that I look
That's why
right.
I take the stairs, bro.
You hitting them barbell squats?
They really do, bro.
That's what I was doing, and then the one leg deadlifts. I was doing one-legged deadlifts yesterday, going crazy.
Yo, I can't do my balance is not good enough for one-legged deadlifts. That's insane.
Yeah, me neither. No, but you still have two squats on the ground. Like you have your one foot, but you have your other foot like
got,
up on your
position
tippy
behind
toes.
like 40 degrees or whatever behind you and shit, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, weird thing to say, but it's nice to hear men saying they take care of their ass. They're like, they're mindful.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't give a fuck how tall the building is. I don't take the elevator. I take the stairs. Like,
dude, my butt is like the one physical quality about me I know is good.
I got
a good jawline too, bro. Don't sleep on your jawline.
Dude, it's funny because I think one of the most misconstrued things and often overlooked things for guys in the gym is to not utilize the amount of capable glute exercises there are. And I'm not just talking about, hitting the different types of squats, right? Whether it's, like front squats, barbell squats, goblet squats, whatever. I mean, like hitting kickbacks, actually doing the hip abduction and adduction exercises are so important because people will go oh, I can't get past a certain point. I'm plateauing in my squats. I'm like, yeah, it's probably because your hips are like shit.
Yeah.
And you actually need to strengthen your hips up so you have more more muscle as you're going down and utilizing your hips to push back up with your legs. Like,
then let me ask you a question. Then we could like add the extra on the subject because like I don't feel like I got anything on my hips. Like, fat, no muscle. It's just bone. Like all I fucking feel
Or a
is
wiener.
bone. Is there muscle there?
I mean, yeah, you do have like muscle. I mean, it's more so like the part of your like your upper quads, your thighs, and like where your hamstrings all connect in that central point. Like that is like really like the key point of strengthening like your. I mean, one of my friends used to call them good girl and bad girls, because it's like open your legs, close your legs sort of thing.
That's a crazy thing to call.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, I like that actually.
Yeah, bro, you gotta do that pelvic thrust, man. I'm telling you, you gotta get it right.
Dude, yeah.
Get it right.
Yeah, the thrust, man, that is another big
SpongeBob, the
thing.
pelvic woo.
Yes. Dude,
Yeah.
when I was doing that shit in the gym yesterday, there was this woman. Like, she looked like she had to be like 50 something, older white woman. I have to tell these stories when my girlfriend's not home so she doesn't kick my ass. But there was this older, like 50-year-old white woman. I'm doing I forget the name of the exercise, when you got the bar and you gotta, basically pelvic thrust
woo.
up. Yeah. So I'm doing that.
Technical
And
term.
I see her like out my peripheral, dead eyeing my dick. Like she was like this. I was doing it right. I got the headphones on, and I look over and I see her. She's like, I was like, I kept going. I was like, what the fuck is going on over there? But I just kept going. And I'm just like, yo, why is she staring so hard, man? Like, I got drawers on, I'm not free balling. Like, what's happening here?
She was wondering what your PR was. That's what it was.
Yeah, probably. Shit. I was hurt. I was in pain.
Did you stare back?
Hell yeah.
Eye contact every time.
After a while, because I could see it, but after a while I went just like this. Like, I'm going up and I went just like this. And then she turned away and then like got her stuff and walked away. And I was like, well,
But hold on.
that
What, did she clean the machine afterwards? Because that's the important question.
She wasn't on the machine because I was using the bench to like leverage myself, and she was by the boxes doing whatever fucking old lady workout they do. But I was like, hey, don't look at me like
old
that.
lady?
Right? I mean, she definitely was older. She was a good looking woman, but you could tell she was older.
Is that middle aged, I guess?
No, she was older. She had to be like in her 50s. Because she had the chicken neck, I could tell.
The turkey?
Oh, she's probably old. She gotta be older than 50.
Yeah,
she's like maybe 60.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you saying?
I'm just glad there's 60-year-old women in the gym taking care of themselves. I can appreciate it.
That's good for them. I mean, look at RFK Jr., man. I mean, he's in his 60s.
I thought you were going to say, to take about the women, look at Marissa Tomei. But yeah, we can also look at RFK Jr., I guess.
Older people. I mean, but she's I don't know what, I mean, that's the Italian genes right there. That's
that and adrenochrome probably, yeah.
For sure.
Drinks a lot of water.
Yeah, a lot of
right what it is.
Injections maybe too. Yeah, no offense,
Nick.
If that's your thing.
Welcome to the show, bud. You and Kata both. I didn't get to ask either of you guys. I'm gonna try to ask folks this as they come on, as we roll about it. And so we'll start with Nick, then we'll go to Kata because white people are better than black people. What is your favorite memory from 2024?
Jumping.
Oh man.
Yo, I'm recording this. I'm putting this shit on TikTok. Get this
damn, that's a really good question. I mean, in film or just like in life?
No, you personally. It is whatever you're willing to share. Like, what about 2024? You're going through this year in your life because we're at the end of it. Jumps out to you as like, man, that makes me happy. I remember this. It feels good.
No, I don't know. Maybe not to be like too sentimental, but I mean, I think this year overall has been pretty shitty. Without going into full context. But obviously with the state of affairs that this country's in and multiple instances of being affected by certain things due to our amazing government and president. I hate most of this year, to be honest with you. Couple fine points here and there, but honestly, I think the thing that I really have appreciated and have looked at as a highlight is honestly meeting everyone here. Like between meeting, Nadia to Kata to you to Gooch, Badger, everyone that I've been introduced with here on YouTube has been fantastic. I mean, a lot of people in the chat, has been awesome to me, and especially as I'm, tuning this up for going into 2025, and taking this whole thing head on. It's been awesome, and it's been inspirational to see a lot of people and like what everyone does, and just banking on 2025 to be great in multiple things, not just in the government side of things, but for the sake of content creation, expanding, meeting new people, and just really kind of building on all those moments. So I really think it all kind of started there for my highlight.
I want to ask you a question about that, but first, I missed this. I'm so sorry. You're probably not even hearing any more Pop Culture Mechanic. I'll DM you later on Discord or something. Just congrats on 2 years, Leon. Keep up the great work, dude. Thank you so much. You didn't need to send this. You did. It does mean the world to me. I am so sorry I missed it earlier. Yeah. Again, thank you. My apologies. I'll hit you up. So you're relatively new to content creation, Nick. And I think it was actually Nadia was the first of everyone to sort of bring you on, right?
Yeah, Nadia was the first person I really connected with, and it's really thanks to her that I've been able to stand out and meet everyone. So
now, have you seen, ever since being on her show, Good Show, my show, have you seen increases in your views? Are you seeing the improvement? Because I mean, your videos are fucking great, and I'm seeing your sub numbers go up. How are your views looking? And hopefully the answer is yes. And I'm not being an asshole to ask you this.
No, yeah, great question. And I mean, honestly, it definitely has helped, which again I'm very appreciative of. And this past week, as I was telling you in our DMs, like I've been super busy and I feel exhausted, but I'm still like trying to pop on where I can. But I'd say for the sake of like not being able to put out any content for like over a week now until today, kind of sucked because I enjoy making it, and obviously it was just one of those things where I was still seeing some numbers pop up here and there. And like, I think it was one of my Yellowstone videos from like the penultimate episode. I think recently hit like 4,000 views on and has been popping off for me. So that's
nice.
Pretty awesome.
Is that your biggest video yet?
Yeah, actually it is. So
that's awesome, dude.
Were you wearing sleeves or no sleeves in the video?
I didn't even show my face, to be honest. It was just my voice. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe that's, I'll save like the shirts for
just put googly eyes on your biceps. Done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, one on each shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So obviously, like the plan, obviously, in the next month or two is to hit them streams. So
Kata and Foxy Moxie both got bounced soon. Mox, I've asked you, but Kata, I'll ask you as well. What is your favorite memory so far from 2024 that you've made? I was going to run here for you as well.
I wouldn't say rough. Besides getting fired from my job, that pretty much sucked. But other than that, I mean, it's been a pretty up year, to be honest with you. It was my favorite memory is just that I started, man. It was here we go. Just black people always jumping in.
I know, right?
Interrupting shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But no, my favorite memory is just when I started, like I just started making the videos and said screw it. It was
you weren't making videos before your Assassin's Creed one, right? You were just streaming on like Twitch and whatnot. But
I was making like the little TikTok videos or whatever. I put them on Twitter and then I put them on TikTok and shit. But other than that, no, I wasn't really like making full-time YouTube videos. And it wasn't until like the Gamergate stuff started popping off where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start making videos. But my story is kind of similar to Nick's. Like I didn't know anybody. I just saw Nadia's post one day and I was just like, fuck it, I'll ask to see what happens. And she was like, yeah, sure, you can come on. And then she just happened to know everybody else. And then, the Assassin's Creed video blew the fuck up. And then that's where I met everybody else at. And then it was just like, well, this is cool, I guess. Like, I guess people like my opinions. So I just started doing it. So I don't think, for me personally, it's been a very good year for me. Really like just coming into like my own and actually doing what I like to do, because I didn't really like Twitch. I felt like I was walking on eggshells and shit over there. And making the videos and just talking to BS with people and seeing that, you know, you're not the only person that has these kind of opinions and shit like that. It's cool. So yeah, I feel like I've been having a pretty good time. So I don't really have like a singular moment where it was like my favorite. It was just, yeah, I'm just glad that I started. That's pretty much it.
Fuck yeah. Well, man, I'm gonna let you bounce on out of here. I know Moxie, you got like 15 minutes left. Do you want to go? Do you willing to say that, or do you want to go now just for convenience sake? Whatever's easiest for you, since Kay is about to go as well.
Nia and Erwin came in. It's like, gotta
I
gotta
I'd like to do my intro.
The cabal.
I gotta stay a little longer for the only other Australian I can tolerate. So
what up, Tato?
Damn.
Well, then I'll just keep going around asking. Since Erwin popped in first, Erwin, what about you, man? Was there something in 24?
The birth of my child, Leon. The birth of my child. Everyone cheer for me. Woo!
Erwin. Hit that baby like them stormtroopers did.
I made my documentary. I used that to become an editor, and then I used that to somehow be full-time ABF meme maker.
Hey,
so you had made a couple documentaries, but I remember Will the Fans. So I'm sure you know Will the Fan. Yeah, you've been on with us multiple times. And Will the Fans sent me a DM, and he's like, "Yo, you gotta check this out." And it was your documentary, because I'd never heard of you, never seen any of your stuff before. You made many documentaries in the past, but like I sat and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's check this out." My buddy sent it to me. I'll you know, he wants me to. I'll do what he asks. But I was fucking enamored by it, man. I think it was like your second or third on like the nerdrotic, anti-woke sort of crew in space and things of that effect. It was like, I just sat glued to it. It was fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah, I sat glued to it for about a year and a half working on it. Holy crap. I don't recommend that to anyone. When I have a dream, I have a goal, I achieve it by making a documentary about it. I don't recommend that for anyone else. There's easier ways. Do the 3-day videos like everyone else does. But now, hey, it worked out, and I'm somehow full-time doing better than ever, and I'm living a dream. Like I don't think I could take a vacation. My family asked if I want to go on vacation with them. I said no, because like I feel like my life is a vacation now. I understand imposter syndrome a little more now, because it's just you work for it for so long, and then it happens, and it stays surreal. I wanted to stay surreal as long as possible. I don't want to get used to it.
Yeah, no, I actually 100% understand that mentality. I was talking to somebody about that last night. Is that like you meet all these awesome individuals like you, and it's you got everyone here on the channel. It's like this shouldn't, none of us, I don't think, deserve it. I don't like the word deserve, but none of us really deserve it, quote unquote. But we have it. It's amazing. However, with Niat, you came in, and my man, you didn't need to. You did it 5 Words of Paradise gifties. Thank you so much. That also hits us to tier 1 of our tier goals. So for those of you that were unaware,
oh god, is Leona about to come on the stream?
No,
I said no, thank god.
I said no, Leona. No. Leona's not a thing tonight. No, in fact, I'm stealing from Niat, who stole from you, that you stole from Gooch. So
all right, so I get my 2% then, or
I can get you a 2%, but yes.
All right, yeah. My lawyer will speak with you.
Yeah, wheel spin and a merch giveaway. So before we do that, Niat, I'm gonna give you a clip, and while we still got Kata here, we're gonna give him this one since it's his boy.
I just super love sucking dick. When I haven't for a while, I get needy.
Okay, thank you for that, because I completely forgot which stream that was, and now I remember it. Thanks. Hold on, I'm downloading this.
Oh, dude, that stream had everything. It had you two, just being you two. It had Foxy Moxie. It had shit talking to Elizabeth Mercante. It had Destiny. It had everything. That's one of the best streams of all time. However, so we're gonna go ahead and spin.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
We'll spin the wheel of trauma, and then we will do a merch giveaway. The very first merch giveaway I've ever done. So this will be the first time spinning the wheel of trauma. So let's go ahead and share this. And yeah, it looks like, so we've got a wide range of things on here. Watch and review Dragon Ball Evolution. See Snow White in theaters. Do a Pocky 1-chip challenge live right before a stream, and then try and maintain the stream while doing that. See Minecraft in theaters. Go see Snow White, but dressed as a different Disney princess in effort to protest Snow White. Some sort of costume game stream. The chat and the panel can help come up with a costume.
I got an idea for a punishment. Upgrade your microphone finally.
It's not bad. Damn, I could do it that bad.
No, but this is the time you fundraise for those things.
That's true. I should do that. I was thinking
I'm putting MetaQuest 3 on like 3 of my spins, my pies next time.
This one was a Vex recommendation, and I almost didn't put it on here because it was too harsh. Watch and review Dune Prophecy.
It's not that bad.
That's what I'm.
I think it will be for Leon though.
favorite
'Cause
series?
He loves Frank Herbert.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I got my final review coming out next day.
Maybe I'll just have just steal your review then, and just completely like
Chat GPT it.
That's
Not Leon trying to chat GPT it.
And then last but not least, has to purchase and stream Assassin's Creed Shadows, which could very well get me kicked off YouTube. So let's spin the wheel of trauma.
Come on, Snow White.
Let's go.
Dressed as a different Disney princess.
And it's dressed as a different Disney princess.
Of all the ones that can land, you did that shit.
You're gonna stream that too.
Yeah,
No,
right,
this was actually. I'm gonna be real. This was Cinevere's idea. I was asking her for ideas, and she's like, "You should go see Snow White, but dressed as a different Disney princess."
And then you know what you should do. You know what you should do while you do that too. Tag old girl too in the Snow White movie. Well, I forgot her name.
She said that. No, Cinevere said the same thing. She's like, and you need to make like a video for what's her name?
Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, Rachel Zegler. You know.
I know you already have the red wig. Are you going to go as Ariel?
I haven't decided on
I
the bikini top and everything.
You need to go as Tiana.
Tiana, damn it!
Yes, please go as Tiana.
Okay,
straight blackface.
She's gotta, and she gotta do the fake New Orleans, and she gotta do the fake New Orleans accent.
So real talk,
fly you
that
out
is
to
one of
watch
my
it in
favorite
New
Disney
Orleans if you do
princesses.
that.
I fucking love Tiana. I love Princess and the Frog. Guys, we will now be doing our giveaway. This will be for whatever piece of merch you want in my store besides the hoodie. Not only is the hoodie sold out right now, but also it's just I can't justify that one. But hat, shirt, whatever, any of the shirts, any of the tanks, any of the hats. Put Hondo in the chat. Type Hondo into the chat. Enter into the drawing, and we will get our first merch giveaway going on. Panelists, you're good to do this as well, but literally anyone put Hondo in there, and we'll give it a couple minutes.
I was already typing that shit in.
Yeah, hell yeah. And while we're waiting on that to fill up a bit, we'll move over to LG, who for some reason doesn't have his fucking camera on, and I want to see your fucking Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ass looking hair.
I just woke up. Man. I'm good. I jumped up. I was like, "Oh snap! What did I miss?" I'm good.
What was your happiest memory from 2024, LG?
Man,
what
happiest
2024?
memory? I'm gonna double check. I think it was this year. If it wasn't this year, it was probably last year. Just the fact that I hit over 10K, and I think that was one of the big moments because I never thought I would. Like I wanted to. It was one of those things where if I've been doing YouTube for a while, so I was like, yeah, that'd be a dope goal to hit. Yeah, we do it. You know how you say stuff. Yeah, let's hit this number. And if it happens, it happens. But
wishful thinking,
right? It was wishful thinking. And then when you realize how close you are to it, I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's awesome, man. Congrats.
I think that probably was this year because first of all, Matt, congrats because you had just crested 10K when you came on my show for the first time, and I'd seen one of your streams, and so that probably was this year, dude. I
think it was.
You kill it. You do great content. You're really really diverse. I don't mean that because you're black. Like you make,
what do you mean by that?
Gaming content. You like you don't have a niche. You sort of do whatever you want to do, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man.
Though.
Yeah.
Oh, we got two Riververse bros at the same time.
I gotta go find my river. I'm going to go get my Yawa shirt. Hold on.
Yeah, and then also just meeting dope people. Actually getting a chance to talk with Eric July, meet Eric July, meet some other dope people. Abomination, AJ, Kaida. You know what I'm saying? Got to meet a whole lot of people. Leon, you as well.
We was black in that thing.
Yeah, man, black in that thing. We was sitting there watching. We was low key security that day.
Real quick, chat. We'll get 30 more seconds for entries, and then we'll go ahead and spin the wheel, and then it would probably be closer to 37 because there's like a fucking delay. Hail Rippaverse, I hit 2 and didn't do anything. Don't you love that when you got like an alt account or an account that doesn't have fucking and you still get subs? That's happening to Gooch. All right, people throwing in Hondo. Y'all trying to get him killed. Yo, Paul, my one of my real life IRL besties who I really hope the meetup is not the same weekend as WrestleMania because it is literally our tradition to watch that shit together. He's gonna be real disappointed if we don't get to motherfucking see WrestleMania together. All right, I think it's time that we spin this wheel. What do you guys think? Let's see who gets.
Let's go.
Do it.
Hit it.
Hey!
That's because he's black.
The ref's about speech.
AJ, I had to tell you, hit me
Yes,
up and DM, send me your size, the shirt or hat or whatever it is you want, things like that. Yeah, definitely let me know your size. It's very well known that I'm a size queen. And then I'll just take a screenshot of this so I remember. Otherwise, yeah, no, AJ, I will send you whatever merch you want, brother. And then, guys, there's multiple chances for this, assuming that we hit these sort of tier goals. And I may do just one extra one before the show ends, just to, for the show. But thank you so much. And then while we were doing that, this came in from the Psychotic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, brother. 5 Words of Paradise. Gift the memberships. You didn't need to. Bingo, bango, bongo. You did it. Same with Hook with that 5 saying Tiana. I kind of like the Tiana angle. I really do. That will be fun. So yeah.
The next giveaway, you should have to type Tiana in chat.
We can do that. There we go. Next giveaway. If we hit that number, when we hit that number, we'll put Tiana in chat. But until then, we'll go ahead and give you guys this clip right here.
It's a party. The more the merrier. Isn't that right, Si? My idea.
Bro, if you was close,
go for it, AJ.
I said if you was closer, I'd go as Prince Naveen. You'll be my trainer.
Dude, when does that movie come out? It comes out in February, right?
I don't know,
It
bro.
comes out in March.
Snow White, March.
All right, so here's the deal, y'all. I make a trip down to Texas to take some vacation days. We go see it together.
If you come down here, I will come up. I will come. Wait. No,
and then we all go to kill Tony together. And then we all go to kill Tony.
I don't know.
We
dude.
need to go.
I think I was supposed to go to Cali with the DA and go watch it, just for like a weekend thing, for shits and giggles. So I don't know. We'll see. If I'm still here, yeah, we'll go.
Motherfucking are we all just gonna start traveling to see Snow White? Is that gonna be a grift
I was
thing?
thinking about it, dude. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
funny,
fun.
man. Just do a vlog watching Snow White, seeing all the girls in the audience crying because it's so bad, you know?
If that's the case, either all of us got to dress up as princesses, or all of us be like dwarves, and Leon be Snow White.
Yeah.
Kinda say he's gonna be the dwarf. That's what he said.
If all the dwarves are black, that'll be wild. I'm not asking for it, but if it just so happened to happen,
It's gonna be fictional. I'm gonna be Niggy. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
On that note, I need to retire. I need to take my leave.
Too much racism. I gotta go.
Yeah. He's like, y'all will not get me. He said, y'all not gonna get me canceled.
We'll be rating into Moxie's stream when this one's over. Our show might end before yours starts, but we're gonna redirect, make sure everyone's in there willing to party beforehand. So tell the people who you are, what you do, and what's going down tonight.
Oh shit.
There's so many things. I have a show going on tonight. It's the wrap up for 2024. Today is 2 years exactly since I posted my first video on YouTube. So also anniversary twinsies. So we're gonna do a wrap up. We're gonna have some veterans from the Saucy Rabble show, and it's gonna be a good time.
You'd love to see it. Well, girly, thank you so much. You didn't need to, you did. Bingo, bango, bongo means the absolute
Catch you
wild
later,
to me.
Moxie.
And I will see you, and a lot of us will see you in about an hour and a half.
In a little while.
Bye.
Man, I could watch Moxie all day, boy.
Oh my god, right?
All day. I gotta dip out of here too, though. I gotta get ready for
yeah, you got your own stream. You got new fucking Blackstreet just stealing her time slot. So glad you be robbing and shit.
Stealing everything.
Right, I know.
Yeah, you seen that Robin Hood show? We be robbing.
Tell people who you are, what you do, the whole nine. Tell us where to find new Blackstreet for whatever reason these fucks don't want to watch Foxy Moxie tonight.
Go to New Black Street. We're doing the Nightmare on Black Street tonight, but instead of having Toasty on tonight. We have Scooby Pup on tonight. That should be fun. Okay, and then
I'm gonna be on there next week. Yeah,
man, what, bro? You know,
that's right.
Atreus is gonna forget.
We're gonna Atreus is gonna forget. You go forget to tell Atreus, and then Atreus is going to go forget. I'm just gonna be sitting there chilling in the chat
because he keep forgetting to do that. We gotta set that shit up. But yeah, y'all look out for that. Also, go to my channel as well and watch my latest video where I went absolutely unhinged about race swaps. The actual video was going to be like 20 minutes. I cut out so many Melanie Mac words and niggas and all kind of shit out of that. So, but y'all should go watch it because it's still a good video. And other than that, yeah, if you want to come by our stream and rather look at black dudes than big milky breasts, that's fine too. If not, that's cool because I'm gonna have her up there too. You know, I need some motivation while I'm streaming, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm out of here.
Thank you so much, brother. I truly appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'll see y'all later. All right, Australian, you be easy, man.
You too, brother. Peace.
Speaking of the Australian, yeah, we didn't get to give you a proper introduction because Rise, you came in, so much shit went down. Man, first of all, tell people who you are, what you do, and then I will ask you the same thing I've asked everyone else.
Sure. So I'm Niat. I run the channel Film Comics Explained, where I do film breakdowns, reviews, a couple of lore videos here and there. I recently started doing gaming streams, which has been a lot of fun. And yeah, that's pretty much everything to do with me.
He's being super fucking like conscientious shit. Like, let me tell you, he not only has he released lore videos, he released a Rage Virus one literally earlier this week, late last week, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Like, I popped that shit on while I was editing, and I stopped editing, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta get back to what I'm doing here because like I was enamored with how good your Rage Virus video was because it was like equal parts film review, equal parts going into the depth of the lore. Like, it was just such a well done. Not that your other videos aren't, but this is a really well done video, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
That was really
Appreciate it.
And onto the question, what is your favorite memory thus far from 2024?
Besides besides meeting all of us. Wait, is that actually what you're gonna say?
That is
oh
it.
My God.
It literally is meeting this crew, being part of the
mine.
cabal. Honestly, it's the best thing that's happened to me in 2024 because I've been on YouTube for 7 years and I've just been doing my own thing, making videos per week. And now the one thing that I look forward to is catching up with you guys. So definitely.
That's what I said.
That's good.
So we were on your show yesterday, and I'm gonna go around the table and ask Spencer and AJ have answered this already, but on your show yesterday we were talking about movies and TV shows. But is there anything media related, and it could be what we talked about on the show yesterday, or gaming, music, something that maybe didn't come out in 2024, but you experienced for the first time in 2024? But what piece of media was it's just ended up blowing you away, something you loved, and something you hated?
Something I hated would have to be The Acolyte. I really despised that with every fiber of my being. It's I just hate everything that Disney is doing with every property they've acquired, whether that's Indiana Jones, Marvel, Pixar even. I mean, Inside Out is, I guess, probably the outlier with that, but Star Wars as well. Like, they don't know what they're doing. I haven't seen Inside Out 2, but I did enjoy Inside Out 1. That really
gotcha. I really like the second one. That's the reason I was asking, but it seems like a lot of people do. So it's sort of the outlier even in that regard.
So yeah, The Acolyte would have to be the one thing that I completely despise. As for the thing that I really liked, probably Heretic, the movie. Yeah, it's my favorite movie of the year. I was raised in a Catholic school, so the religious undertones and discussions on theology really hit home with me. It added another factor of creepiness. And yeah, I thought it was one of the smartest scripts. Very simple premise. 3 characters in a very small location. You'd think that they wouldn't be able to do much with that, but they milk it. And Hugh Grant's best performance, like, it subverts his charming characterization and persona from the 90s and 2000s and flips it on its head. So yeah, I loved it.
I'm gonna be real. That's not what I mean. I know how much you love that film because of yesterday's talk, but I was actually expecting you to say your Alien, not Resurrection, fucking Isolation, Alien Isolation.
Romulus.
I'd almost forgotten about that, actually, because that game did come out in 2014. So technically, I played it for an hour in 2014 and moved on to other things.
Okay. I thought this was your very first go through.
No. It's the first time that I've played longer than an hour, but that is probably the best thing, the one thing that I've enjoyed most this year, definitely. But It's not something that I started this year, so I thought that disqualified it. But yeah, Alien Isolation is the perfect
maybe I wasn't
spiritual
clear what I
successor.
specified earlier. Just something you experienced, even if it's older, if you experienced it for the first time in 2024.
Yeah, then probably Alien Isolation. And also streaming that, having the chat there, joining me, it just makes it something special.
Nick, what about you? Did I ask you this one as well, or would we just do your favorite memory of 2024?
You did favorite memory, but if you're asking me what the worst part of the year was,
well, media oriented, because I don't want people to get too negative into their feelings. I mean, if you want to, you're welcome to. I just don't want to put people on the spot like that. But media wise, your favorite and least favorite things of 2024.
Media wise, there's a couple media wise. I definitely would tack on to the Acolyte, as Nihat said, but I'd also throw on Rings of Power season 2 and Halo season 2.
Wait, Halo season 2 was 2024?
Yeah, that was this year.
We forgot
Holy
that last night. I thought about it. And I was like, wait, we didn't talk about the tragedy of Master Cheeks and that lore being destroyed either. But
I totally forgot that was this year.
Me too.
Damn.
I forgot about that.
I forgot. I was like, wait, that did come out like early this year. I kind of completely passed my mind, but yeah, I'd say those are the three things that really disappointed me, and just like was just utter disappointments along the board. But better parts, I mean, there were some fun flicks out there. Obviously some ones that weren't stellar, but I mean, just the enjoyment of being a complete fan service with Wolverine and Deadpool, just because I'm a massive Wolverine fan. But I mean, some of the movies I enjoyed, like Godzilla X Kong was just a popcorn bucket sort of like.
I ain't gonna judge. I love.
I don't care. Like I just wanted to see monsters fighting is basically what it boiled down to, right? But
Godzilla suplexes King Kong into the fucking pyramids of Giza. How can you not love this movie?
Well, he Godzilla was just cut just for the parts where he kept doing roids and kind of kept going Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 after every monster he killed, right? But yeah, it was just a fun movie. I didn't really care about obviously this story is kind of very bottom tier, but yeah, I mean, some great shows along the way, though. I think that was the best part for me. I didn't really watch a lot of movies when I thought about it, but I watched a lot of TV shows this year, and we had a ton of them, which was great. And a lot of them we talked about last night on Nihat's final stream with Penguin, Shogun, The Gentleman, Three Body Problem, God, I can't think of the damn name.
X-Men 97.
X-Men 97. Tulsa King. Really enjoyed Tulsa King. I enjoyed Lioness as well.
I thought that was 2023. Did it have a season this year?
Season 2 just finished a couple weeks ago.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know that.
November, I want to say, but really enjoyed that. Better than season 1 IMO. So yeah, a lot of good shows this year, which was great. But yeah, I've got a video that I'm preparing for War of the Rohirrim. My approach to which I would take with it. So. I'll hopefully have that out.
Oh, that's an interesting idea for a video.
Make Hammerhand the main character. He was so high T. That's all they had to do.
Oh yeah. No,
well,
I've got
speaking
that
of Lord of the Rings, I this comment from Paul Byersman came up, and I want Nick and Nihat, really any Tolkien scholar, free to answer, but I know that you two are the hardcore Lord of the Rings fans. Sauron gaslighting Celebrimbor for the whole season was literally the only thing about Rings of Power that wasn't asked. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't watch season 2 at all, so I couldn't tell myself to watch it because
Celebrimbor tells him, "Sauron, you're the Lord of the Rings." Was possibly my worst moment in TV. That might have been worse than any Acolyte moment, even
before season 2 came out. I
really
literally
happened.
said,
"Oh my god!"
Yeah,
that's
an actual line. But before the season came out, I was just like, what sort of lows do you think this new season's going to come to? Do you think one of the characters will say, "You are the Lord of the Rings," and they literally did the thing? I think part of the reason why the guy who wrote, is it Paul, said Sauron gaslighting Celebrimbor for the whole season was literally the only thing about ROP that wasn't asked. That had more to do with the actor playing Sauron and the actor playing Celebrimbor than it did the writing. I feel like a lot of the actors are much better than the script that they're being given to work with. So yeah, but yeah, this whole season, this entire concept for this show is just complete ass. I hope they cancel it after season 3 and burn whatever
think they
other
will.
ideas they have to the ground.
I hope so too, because I there's a lot like lore wise. I don't want to see them botch. Like, I never wanted to see them touch Numenor like in general, but the fact that they did anyway, and just how of a misspelling that's all been is just like.
Wait, you didn't watch it? Wait, did you see Duran fight the Balrog? Did you see the Balrog fight?
Nope.
Why not?
Can I just watch that on YouTube somewhere? Probably
Prime.
Yeah, you probably can.
I mean, I have Prime, but I mean, what? Okay, Erwin, tell me what episode that's in, and like, I'll just
the last or second to last one. It's there towards the end.
6 or 7.
Was it cool at least?
The Balrog looks phenomenal, but Dwarf 1v1 in the Balrog was as dumb as it sounds.
Well,
Real
of course,
quick,
it's going to
Paul
look.
Smith says, "Isn't it locked into 4 or 5? It's not a seasons. Originally, the contract was 4 or 5 seasons. Yes, however, because it's been performing so poorly and has not made its money back and it's so expensive, I think, I'm sure others probably agree here, Netflix or Amazon's going to renegotiate the contract to make season 3 the third one because they haven't actually even greenlit season 3 yet.
Yeah,
but that's just my assumption. You guys feel free to add on to that.
I think they'll either do season 3 and hope that it gets better, but if it doesn't, they'll probably try and like end the season and end the entire series by the final episode of season 3. But then you've also got to compete with Jeff Bezos and his ego. I think he's so he's such a megalomaniac that his pride would be too wounded if they cancelled it before the end of season 5.
Yeah, I don't know if it's irreparable damage at this point or not. You know, I mean, obviously some of the things I heard that happens in season 2, like I said, like I've heard things from, you know, whether it was from like, you know, watching some of the videos like, you know, Gary put out in Nerdrotic or, you know, Dispardo, like just kind of seeing what people have said, right? Like about the orcs, about Sauron crying. Like I never watched that. People just said it. And I heard when I watched people's reviews saying that. And I'm like, the fact that that happens, I can't watch the show. And the fact that they tried to do Tom Bombadil when Peter Jackson was like, yeah, we can't do Tom Bombadil because he's not the type of character that can be translated from page to screen. And I agree with that. I don't think you should have brought Tom Bombadil to the
As
screen.
much as I like Tom Bombadil, I agree with that as well. Yes.
Like, yeah, it's like there are certain things from books that you can't materialize into a, you know, like a movie or film, or sorry, movie or show. And I that's why I was okay with not seeing Tom Bombadil in The Hobbit as an example.
I meant to say the final one. Sorry, I apparently said make season 3 the third one. I meant to say the final one. Thanks for calling me out, chat. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. I mean, but I agree. Like, you know, some of the things that they've done was just to me irreparable. I don't know if they can, you know, accumulate some of that good grace and will and faith of the fans in season 3. Like I would need like a complete overhaul in order to do that. And I think at the same time, like I don't know, even if they try to bring in, you know, some outside help, like actually getting Peter Jackson to be a consultant like they originally, or like he originally offered them, but they, you know, declined that offer, which their loss, you know, and not to say like, go ahead.
No, they had a Tolkien scholar when they started work on season 1, and they fired him because he kept saying, "No, this doesn't make sense. It's not part of the law. Like you're destroying canon." So I don't think
I was going to say, like, I don't know if bringing in scholars would even help because if they the fire, I can't think of the guy's name, but the fact that they fired a scholar already just proves to show like they don't really care about the will and testimony in writing from J.R.R. Tolkien. So it's, you know, I think of like what, you know, either like Christopher Tolkien's Christopher Tolkien would have said if he saw this happen, he probably like would have had a heart attack at this point because he already didn't like even, you know, Peter Jackson's take of Lord of the Rings even. And as much as we all love them and think they're fantastic, it's it just kind of shows you how much of a, you know, fan Christopher Tolkien was of his own father at that point too. So I really have no faith with what Amazon's going to do here in season 3, or, you know, if it should go beyond that. I really don't want to see them ruin anything else. Quit while you're ahead, I guess, maybe Amazon, but yeah, Jeff Bezos has too big of a ego to do that. So
don't watch the start of season 2. It literally begins with the orcs betraying Sauron, their Dark Lord, stabbing him, and Sauron then turning into black goo.
They gang stomp the orcs, gang stomp him out of the gang.
That's terrible.
And then he turns into goo, travels afar, and then eats a woman or something with some goo.
Yeah, he consumes her.
What?
Yeah, dude.
And then he kisses Galadriel.
Everything you guys have said, like it just makes me so violently angry. I'm so like because Paul Byersmith here, like I said, IRL bestie, and he showed me the first episode. He's like, "Hey, you want to watch Rings of Power season 1 to prep for season 2 so you can use it for content?" I was like, "All right, let's do it." We watched season 1, episode 1, and it broke me. Just the first episode of the first season, I was like, "I don't know how we're gonna do this." I made like 2 videos on the production of season 2, both fucking flatlined. I was like, nah, we don't got, no one's gonna cover this. There's no interest. We don't have to even watch season 1 to watch season 2. I won't be making videos because there's no traction for this topic anyway. It's not worth the hate watching. So I've only seen the first episodes of the first season, and that was bad. What you guys are describing is honestly kind of amazing.
Yeah, I think some of the things that who was it that just said that about Sauron being a Maiar, and because he's technically higher than that. Like if I remember correctly, like Gandalf was in his Maiar form. He was afraid to be sent over to Middle Earth to even attempt to combat Sauron, and that just shows you like how nasty Sauron was. I mean, like, you know, there's a reason why he was like the lieutenant to Melkor, right? Like, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I'm glad none of that was ever really exposed because they don't have the rights to it, and it's a good thing from that first stage, because I love the first stage, and there's just so much epic stuff that happens in the first stage that I know it's one of those things where if anyone ever attempted to make a movie or series on the Silmarillion, like it's very hard to do because it doesn't read like an
encyclopedia.
Yeah, it's more of like a documentary, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is very close in terms of how George R.R. Martin wrote Fire and Blood, you know, in that sort of capacity. But there's a lot of great stuff in the Silmarillion, and it's like part of it almost reads like the beginning of like the Bible and in Genesis, really. I mean, it almost has that same sort of tone to it, and it's just, you can't really translate that into a movie, you know, or it would be like exceedingly hard to do and to get people like captivated into. It's like, I know this is a Tolkien film made by Peter Jackson, but damn, I'm just not clicking with this because this is like a snooze fest encyclopedia I watch here. So like, but the cool parts that happen with like the fall of Gondolin, I mean, just with the battles with like Fëanor, I mean, there's a ton of epic stuff that would happen, like, and Kellyon the Black, the biggest dragon, right? That would, in my mind, dwarfs Balerion from Game of Thrones, or rather, you know, George Martin's universe. But yeah, I would love to see all that, but at the same time, I'd like the fan art in my imagination better than what anyone could possibly do, because that stuff, like, to me, like, just shouldn't be tampered with and ruined. And then the only plus side is that we would all be able to make content of it and just tear it to shreds. So there is that one plus.
I'm telling you, the interest algorithmically is so low, it's not even worth doing that.
It's like Velma, where like season 1 was insane, and then season 2 came around. Nobody cared.
No interest whatsoever. Which is amazing. Like I was saying on Niat's show yesterday, season 1 of Velma was one of the things that helped my channel in its infancy get like a boom for a moment. I went from like 300 to like 700 subs or something. Like, it was wild. But yeah. Velma season 1 streaming good. Season 2, not so fucking much. LG, what about you? What is your best and worst media of this year? I'm going to take a wild guess to say one of your best is going to be a Rippaverse project.
Well, I want to say one of them is, but I am going to say one of the best media projects. I'm gonna kind of like break the rules a little bit. There was several. I think it was this year, because I did so much this year. One of the things I did, I finally got a chance to sit down and play Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
You never played Symphony of the Night?
I never had a chance to like sit down and play the game itself. Well, once again, my mom was being a parent, so you know, I got into the series late. I played other Castlevania games, but never Symphony of the Night. Never really had a chance to sit down and actually, you know, acquire the game. So I finally got a chance to sit down. I was like, let me see what this game's about, because I've heard so many good things about it. But and I've heard so many music. I've seen so many like people play the games, like but I finally got a chance to sit down and play it myself. That was a good game. That was a fun game to play. I see why people enjoy the game. The game is definitely a classic. It's fun.
I did Chrono Trigger for the first time this year.
Oh,
That
that
game
was
pretty
really
fucking amazing.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one.
Classic. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do movie wise. I want to say
There's any media, just so you know. But yeah, you lay it on. Just want to make sure.
movie wise, Sonic 2. I mean Sonic 3. Excuse me, was a good one. Sonic 3 was a good one. I saw that one. That was a great movie. Definitely a fun time. So I was like, I wasn't able to make the when y'all was talking about it, but it was fun. It was definitely a good movie. If y'all haven't seen the movie, y'all tripping. yeah, y'all tripping.
Come on, Mufasa's beating it, guys. Come on, we gotta do our part.
I was since he brought it up, I was literally about to check box office numbers while he was telling us about what he hated.
Oh man, what I hated. Oh shit. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even. Y'all was talking about not Rings of Power, but Acolyte.
Yeah, we're done. I was gonna say we're done with Rings of Power. We can't talk about that anymore.
I couldn't even like I couldn't even do it. Like I'm not even. I was like, my thing is sometimes like I'm that type of person. Like if something doesn't interest me, like I don't like doing. It's very rare that I do the hate watching thing. If something doesn't interest me, I'm not gonna do it, and I don't care how much you try to pay me to do it. I'm like, nah, I'm good, because if like the trailer doesn't look right or whatever, I'm not doing it. But what was the other one that that came out? I saw clips of like the Acolyte and the Power of Many bullshit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh no, I couldn't. But that was the one that really stuck out to me, because it was like, I was like, you know what? Maybe, I haven't seen Star Wars in like years. Maybe then I saw a clip of like, somebody showed that the Power of Many bullshit. And I'm like,
it was insultingly bad. Like I felt like the creators hated me and they were like attacking me with how bad it was.
Yeah, but then but you got to go see it. Like, and I'm sorry, like I don't want to like tangentize everything, but like I hate when people say like, oh well, you got to see it to this, that, and the third. If that's the case, then what is the point of a trailer? You know what I'm saying? If the trailer or the clips aren't good, aren't appealing, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like what's
that's
the point?
The argument I make all the time, though, LG, is that like marketing exists for a reason. Marketing is supposed to get you to buy the product. It's supposed to get you interested in the product. So if I don't like the product purely because of the marketing, it means one of two things: either you marketed it poorly, or the product really is a bad product.
Right. Well, then everybody's like, well, you really don't know. You really don't know. I'm like, no, I may not know, but if it's this marketing isn't helping me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not helping me. Like all of this stuff, the clips that the people that are showing this, they're not getting me hooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to deal with that. And I as a consumer or potential consumer have every right. That's the point. And I think that's the problem right now, is that these people that are, and I've said this before, the people that are getting involved in these projects, they clearly don't care about, the people that what made this shit great. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They're so worried about the equality or whatever little virtue signal that they can drum up. Oh, attractive women in video games. Well, we don't want, we don't like attractive women. The whole Goonergate thing. First Ascendant was actually a nice little banger of a game too, by the way.
It was.
It's not even nowhere close to Goonergate. And considering my profession, I work with women in that industry, in the type of adult industry that a lot of women try to low key emulate. Let's just have that conversation. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But it's light. That's the thing. It's not even as bad as people make it out to be. Like, it's not even close. I'm like, bro, this is. Ugh, people are weird.
Yeah, Cinevere says they're alienating you instead of compelling the watcher to enjoy whatever entertainment it is. It's and they've been doing that for so long. And yes, you should see Sonic 3 Psychotic. Erwin,
they alienating people with money. Let's make that clear. I forgot. I was going to say that. They're alienating the people with money. The people who have an interest, the ones that are willing to spend for people who don't have any money. Make that make sense.
And that's why there's the argument that the agenda matters more than the dollar. Erwin, I want to hear from you something a little bit extra. So obviously your best and worst of the year, but also you've only recently within the last year and a half gotten into comics, correct?
Yeah, I think I've been a year and a half to 2 years, somewhere in between there. I think.
I want to know what some of the best comics you read this year was, as well as just media in general. But I specifically want to hear comics for you since you're new to the media.
I would say, well, was it real quick? Sonic 3, that first trailer was so good, was so hyped. I watched all 3 of the movies and played Sonic Adventures 2 today for a gameplay video.
Nice.
That's how good that.
Sonic Adventure
how
2?
good that trailer was. No, I played it back in the day. I just wanted to play that first level where you're like tearing through like Sonic San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. It is.
What's that? What, Escape the City? Isn't that the name of that song?
Yeah, Escape the City.
Currently reading Berserk, pretty dang good. So just finished Solo Leveling. Oh my freaking god! And season 2 is about to come out. Holy crap! Solo Leveling was next level. I will say Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. The manga, I got the nice big deluxe edition.
Wait,
why?
Really?
How does Miyazaki get to be the best anime and the best manga guy? It's not fair. And the wonderful deluxe edition. Let's see. That was an experience I was really happy about. Finally got into Star Wars. I think it was this year. Let's see. Dark. Get out of here, toys. Let's see. Dark Empire. Yeah, these 2. This is what made me finally like Star Wars. And then like shortly after I read these and realized I actually like Star Wars now. And then because of Leon, like with Leon and Gooch, they wanted to do best sequels. And it was what Terminator 2 or Empire. And I hadn't seen the trilogy in a long time. So I finally watched the trilogy again for like the 3rd time in my life. And I went, oh my God, it's so good. Why did no one tell me these movies, Star Wars movies, were good? So I was so happy. And I finally liked Star Wars. And then shortly after I watched Acolyte. And it made me a special kind of angry. It was so bad, insultingly bad. The ending, I don't even know what the hell they were planning on doing with that. They made the main character the bad guy at the end, and then they canceled it. Good. So the main character is just the bad guy. It's so stupid, and none of them. Yeah, that one hurt me. But lots of good comics. Too many comics. Oh man. So many Elseworlds that made me happy. I'm hooked on the Elseworlds. Can't get enough of those. Let's see, a lot of Green Lantern. Turns out my favorite goes Batman. Batman Hush is what got me on. And then Green Lantern. Turns out I'm a sucker for the Green Lanterns. And then it's like, you're like, I want to read Blackest Night or something like that. And it's like, yay, I can't wait to buy like 6 books. And I buy all those. I'm like, that's too many. And then I get into a manga series and I'm like, hey, I only have to buy 36 books now. I have a problem, and
at like $7.99 a piece. Okay, to be fair,
I have a problem.
That's what comics cost nowadays, and they used to be like $2 or $3.99. And it's like, oh, manga's more expensive, but it's bigger, and you've got more. So like, but now comics and manga cost the same, and you get more manga, so it's clearly the better deal.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, I think I'll go with manga. Easy.
What is that?
Scott Snyder and Sean Murphy. I'm a bit of a sucker for some Sean Murphy art, and this is like some mermaid stuff. Pretty darn good. I'm a sucker for Sean Murphy art though. I like his wife.
I like that. You get colored pictures with American comics.
That is what is nice. Yes, correct. But Solo Leveling in color. Can't wait to get that manga. I will say some anime because I watched a lot of good stuff this year that was old because I figured out. I told everyone all the good movies I hadn't seen, and they got really angry at me and gave money for me to watch them. I also have someone who generously donates for me to watch anime and also gives me every Sonic game ever. And he had me watch Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann. And those two anime are incredibly good.
Gurren
what the
Lagann
hell?
Is goated. Kill la Kill is really good, but Gurren Lagann is on a whole nother level.
And then I'll say Your Name and Suzume, which you helped convince me to watch Your Name. And the animation from that studio literally makes my eyes water. It's so beautiful. Holy
I can't wait to watch Suzume. It's going to be, I think there's, Cindy in the chat. I think I actually watch it with her because I've never seen it. Because she's, her and I are going to be doing, maybe with Hayden, maybe without him, not sure, going to be doing free run watch parties in the evenings. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that Trigger too?
Say it again?
Is that Trigger too? The studio Trigger?
No, Suzume is from the same people that did Your Name. I don't remember the name of that studio, but they're like really
5 centimeters per second.
Oh, 5 centimeters per second, so good. Again, Garden of Words, Weathering with You. Everything they do is just.
Watch those. I need to catch up with y'all then on that because man, I'm still stuck on Hunter x Hunter. That's a good one. That's a classic.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
To go back to the news of 2024, though, because again, I'm trying to also break in news stories, things you may have forgotten have happened. Game Informer shuttered in 2024. Does anybody remember that? That's a news story that happened this year.
God, could GameStop hurry up and shutter so I can dance on its grave? Wasn't that Game Informer?
Yeah, well, they were.
Get your
and then
subscription.
Game Informer made like an exclusivity deal with them or bought them out or whatnot. But in this era we live in, where they're trying to capitalize on nostalgia, do you think there's a way that Game Informer could have, if GameStop had just treated it differently, marketed differently, is there a way that could have lasted instead of them just shutting down the whole thing?
Yeah, I think they should have. I think really what they should have did was just like, I know they were trying to do the digital thing, but I think they still could have had something in a better deal with like both digital and physical. Because honestly, those physical copies, man, it's still nothing like having a Game Informer magazine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain it. Like having one of those was just, I don't know.
Electronic Gaming Monthly with the demo disc. I cared way more about the magazines that came with the actual demo disc. I didn't care about the magazine all that much. I wanted that freaking demo disc.
That, you know what, they should have did that too. That would have been great too. Working with companies that have like demo discs or like
holy crap,
exclusive content. Like
that is actually a good idea. They should have brought the demo disc back and done it with like GameStop. That actually is a.
I think
I'm telling you,
cool.
Paper nostalgia. Oh, go for it, AJ.
I was gonna say maybe that's a terrible idea though, because they already put out the demos. Everything is so digital, and I think that's just the way it is now. Like that, the physical stuff doesn't appeal to what I want to say newer people, newer generation of gamers as much. They're used to digital like shit right there. So I mean, it's cool to have a Game Informer, but like what you would have to think about, what experience can you offer people that they can't get? And it made me think about, well, the Game Informer did have like art contests. And then Toonami used to have art contests where not contests, but they'll just showcase art. And I think the interaction with the people. So like that's why Kill Tony is so fucking popular in streaming, is because now we get to interact with everybody. We make being seen or being in these spaces more accessible. Like I'm sure all of us at some point were probably like, bro, I want to, be one of these journalists. I want the behind the scenes access to like these conventions and, all this type of stuff. I want to be a games journalist. And now we just pop on the fucking, camera and we can do it. And a lot of y'all have, connected with, what do I want to say? Legitimized people or mainstream like people or whatever. So I think you need to grant people accessibility right now and for them to get something out of it as opposed to just selling them something.
I hear what you're saying, but I want to counter with this, and anyone on the panel, feel free to answer, and then we'll get to Sammy's intro and whatnot. But there has been a spike over the last couple of years of young individuals in their teens and whatnot buying vinyls because they sort of want to be.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get it. Like there's this sort of retro nostalgia.
They want to connect.
Kids, they want to connect with. So I'm wondering if Game Informer could have done something like that to just spark this nostalgia in the youngins.
I go to a used bookstore every day, but they've got everything: cassettes, Super Nintendo games, like old periodicals and whatnot. And up front, right next to the register, like the stuff where they have the most popular stuff, is the records. And I see young people there all the freaking time. It's probably they probably sell more records than comic books, I'd guess.
Yeah.
Anyone else have a thought on that?
I you know what? I think I'm going to agree with you on that, because I think right now, I think there are a lot of young people now, especially when it comes down to music, because there's a lot of younger people now that are agreeing that today's music is kind of trash. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're kind of going backwards to see what's going on, because they want to see, not only just to see what where they came from, but to just that genuine curiosity. So I think having that there, like with gaming being digital, I think it's still some of that same stuff. I think people are, only doing digital because, that's the only thing that's being put in their faces. I think for every digital person, there's still some people out there that are getting into retro. You guys notice that there's a retro boom right now.
Yeah.
Just for several reasons. One of which because of the whole gaming, AAA gaming, sucking right now. Because I think that's part of the problem too. But I think it's just because people are getting curious. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't want to be put in front of. They don't want to just have what's being put in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh,
No,
and also, if I could chime in on that, There's certain, especially with vinyl, especially with older music, they were recorded a certain way to be presented a certain way. So when the Beatles anthology came out, one of their producers said that was like a huge detriment to the sound because it wasn't recorded for digital audio. So you know, it's meant to be taken in through a certain medium, and you know, for a very long time that was vinyl. So and also, you know, there's something magic about having just something and holding it in your hand
physical
and knowing
media.
that it's yours. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Well, Stan Lee has this beautiful quote, and I will never forget it. Now, it's about comics specifically, but you can apply it to anything. Someone once asked him about comics going digital. This is not too long before he passed, and he said, "Comics are like boobs. They look great on a computer, but you always want to hold them in your hand."
Absolutely.
That's He's not wrong. That's
facts.
He knew some stuff.
Yeah.
I
There's
agree, though.
also go on, Nick.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, like with a lot of bands that I listen to, I'll always get the digital version, or just stream it through like Apple Music or Spotify. But I like supporting the bands in the way of again, like physical media. So I might buy a shirt, or if I go see them, obviously, like merchandise is the way that bands make money. Like that is their the most beneficial
I go
way
to
to
a
support
concert, I
them.
buy a shirt. Like
Yeah, like because if you
Me too.
yeah, if you pay $30 to go see a band play, or $50, whatever it is, like there's a lot of cuts involved in that. So like even like the other bands that you might not really care for, or the one band that you might want to see, they're not profiting from your total ticket buy. But if you go buy a $20 shirt, or like a $50 hoodie or something like that, or if you spend $100 on merch, like that goes straight into their pockets.
But it's also mutually beneficial because now you have this signifier that you were there. It's got the tour dates on the back. There's something physical there for you to cling to, that I was there in this moment.
Yeah. And I try to buy vinyls, and I really started collecting vinyls heavily probably about maybe 4 years ago or so, which was kind of cool. And my vinyl collection has grown significantly, and I love it because the other thing I love about it is just like the different types of like art, like the splatter effects that they can do on vinyls. It's just kind of cool to look at as well. Like a lot of see-through vinyls. Just it's really cool. It's just like a weird abstract thing to even like kind of look at it when you're like listening to like music at that point. But there's something special about the quality of audio too. With vinyls, as long as you have a good record player and some like even decent quality like speakers at that point.
I see rumors.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like my vinyl collection is old shit like Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, and then new shit like Gorillaz.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
like I just I have a very eclectic collection. Again, like new Blink-182 album goes right next to Generation X. This was my dad's from when he was in fucking high school, whatever. He gave it to me. Like, it's there's such a it's a medium that has been kept alive. So you can always dig back into the trenches of the old, but there's new shit coming out that is worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leon,
I like it.
Leon, what do you feel about the evolution of Noodle from Gorillaz?
Oh, dude, Noodle went from like. So I grew up with the Gorillaz. Gorillaz is one of my favorite bands, have been my entire life. They debuted in 1999. I was a kid back then. Like, I've been able to grow up with Noodle to the point where, like, oh, I like this character, to where now it's okay to find her hot. So like, I'm A-okay with the evolution of Noodle.
I was gonna say, like, to Sammy's earlier point, not only is there like a loss of fidelity and audio quality when music goes from vinyl to digital, but there's been a push for physical media when it comes to films, classic films especially, and TV shows, especially because now when you're watching it on a streaming service, there's these bullshit trigger warnings like this TV show features smoking, this features like violence or racism or sexism or whatever that might upset.
That's if they don't edit
viewers.
it out entirely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah,
like walkie-talkies in ET is like something that they always bring up. But in the French Connection, they edited out like an entire exchange, and the scene looks so disjointed.
Yeah, because it's like Guinea, right? Wasn't that the reason?
No, he says the N-word. But
okay, I'm thinking of a different film. The point is that there was another film that edited out something because which is an Italian slur. But who's called someone a guinea is like a slur in 2024?
Yeah,
like, let's be real.
A guinea pig, bro.
I'll give you all the guinea pass as an Italian.
Yeah, I'm saying
but
I don't get
also,
offended
when you look at the French Connection, the guy is like a dirty cop, right? Like he's not a good guy. So you would expect him to be a racist piece of shit. So like, what are we doing here? What type of message are you sending? Like you should have the bad guy, I guess, be racist or, have that be like a poor quality about him. Why would you edit that out? And now you have a conversation that goes from he's at one side of the room and then he's at the other side of the room simply because he says this one word, which, by the way, the movie came out 50 some years ago. It was a different time. And it was like people aren't going to learn from these things and attribute that to like, oh, he's kind of a scummy character. I don't want to be racist like him. Instead, they cut it out entirely and that conversation isn't had.
No, you should definitely showcase a piece of shit. Like if I think of a villain, everything is on the table. Like
I agree.
Until that villain, he has like a code or some shit. It was like, oh, I won't do this or something. But off top, you're supposed to be like, there's no end to what this person could do, and that's why Scar is my favorite villain, bro. It all roads lead back to Lion King. But when Lion King showed me that it could be your own goddamn family, bro. And threw this man off a cliff, like come up with an elaborate scheme. I'm like, bro, this is wild. This is not some fucking just evil witch in the forest that has no ties to you. Like
this is family.
Like watch the people around you. So that's
AJ, this is gonna make you happy to know that on my prior channel to this one, channel never really took off because I got my shit got robbed and whatnot. But I did a video that was top 10 cinema villains, and like Scar was the only Disney villain that was on that list. So that's
gotta be.
All right, we're probably gonna wrap this up. We've been going a little over 3 hours. I just want to give a moment to get real gay at the end. Before that, Sammy, I'm gonna ask you the same things I asked everybody else.
Yeah, baby.
I want to get your thoughts on it. I want to hear this. So we'll probably go for another 15, 20 minutes, depending on how long this takes. But first of all, Sammy, what is your favorite memory from 2024 of everything that you've done, made this year, the whole night, like specific
meeting
to
you guys? Absolutely, 100%.
We already took that, Sammy.
Let him have it. If it's special to
let him speak his truth.
Our lives suck. This is the highlight of our lives.
Hey, you know what? No, on some real shit.
I didn't get a dog or anything. I made a bunch of new friends online. This has been great.
I got a new dog.
Oh no!
Did you call that your child earlier? Which is it?
Literally, you said it.
It's the child. Thank you.
Wait, if we're not wrong, don't you like beat the shit out of it on stream like all the time
for money and pleasure?
He didn't say he was a good father though.
That's true.
This is the way.
I mean, to be fair, that thing is still better looking than John Benet Ramsey. Like, let's be real.
I hate how cute he is. I think he's adorable. I hate it.
Hey, bro, real quick.
No, Spencer came in with like a one-liner, then bounced. All right, sorry, go on.
I had no one-liner. I was saying, bro, I had came up with a fan fiction before Grogu came out, bro. I was like heavy into Star Wars for a while.
Yes, Darth Grogu. Tell me more.
No, it's not Grogu, but I had said if it was one of those species, but it's far in the future to where he's like a teen. So like his species or whatever. So he has the Force, but he doesn't have any idea what to do with it. And then he meets a master, kind of like what's his name? Kanan? Ezra. What was Ezra's master? Like the blind guy? I'm like, that would have been dope.
Kanan,
He was a fucking
better than Ezra.
Huh?
Nothing.
Okay.
I thought that was funny.
I got
I've
that
seen it
joke.
live.
I got
that was
that
funny.
joke.
Sorry, go on.
But if there was I also like the Gray Jedi concept. Like I think that should be explored more. There's like actual balance to the Force. I like when Clone Wars presented that when you saw those two like deities and their father, and he was like, "You humans are like fighting over the Force. It's all one thing." Like you know what I'm saying? Like y'all adding like sides and like morality to the issues or whatever. So yeah, I've said it's far in the future to where we have no real teachings, but people are experiencing the Force, and then have that little Yoda guy get some of that. Give him an evil twin. I figured that'd be fucking dope. But this man using the Force to wield the lightsaber, so not actually touching them. But this is like with time.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. We no longer need twins in Star Wars.
Bro, that's why I said, bro, I came up with this shit, and I'm like, in better hands, bro. Disney could have put out some dope shit, bro. But they just fucked the twins up. No, the gameplay for the what was it? The cinematic trailers for the MMO for the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Those are
so like
amazing.
those twins were dope. So don't let them take twins. Don't let them take strong women with the shaved
because they fucked it up.
Yeah, the shaved side
You keep saying
haircut.
twins, and like I just imagine, like, yeah, I also would like a Star Wars project starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Like,
It'd be amazing.
We got robbed of Sydney Sweeney
Honestly, at
playing
this
Darth
point,
Talon.
Use the force,
funny for 'em.
Danny.
And a female Wookiee bounty hunter. There you go. She was hunting Jedi or Force users. That's the last of
and
that.
Sammy, no, absolutely. I mean, again, you give the same answer to the vast majority of us, but I think a lot of us do feel that way. This year has been amazing for us. But what was your favorite and least favorite piece of media? It doesn't necessarily have to be a movie. I know we talked about this on the show yesterday, but it can be. But your favorite and least favorite piece of media that released in 2024, something that surprised you, or if it didn't release in 2024, but you experienced it for the first time in 2024.
You know what? Late Night with the Devil. I had a great time going to see that in theaters. I feel like there were so many movies where I went into the theaters and I was all excited about it, and it brought me back. It wasn't like a huge budget picture. It didn't necessarily scare me. It was just probably the most fun I've had in a movie theater all year. And probably the worst media I had to experience was on Roman's show. That sadistic bastard made us do every episode of The Acolyte. And there was only so many times I could watch what's-her-face get knocked out and transferred to a different location.
Ooh, Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw.
We have gone through this whole stream. I've asked this question to everyone, and not a single person has said the Eras Tour. Taylor Swift? You got... Okay, never mind.
Who?
The Eras Tour.
In the stream.
I saw CLO's farewell tour. That was awesome too.
Bro, you see that shit on so you see that shit on chicks like dating webs, like profiles. Swifties.
Oh yeah.
It's a thing, bro. It's like a plague. Moxie been gone for like an hour. Comes in, I say the Eras Tour. She comes in with no homo, Leon.
She's been waiting.
We don't deserve this beautiful woman.
Swift?
All right, Taylor Swift. We're gonna bounce out of here. We're gonna call it, guys. Stick around. I do have some announcements, some final end of the year announcements that I do want everyone to hear. And then once the credits roll, the stream will auto direct to Foxy Moxie's stream, which starts in about 40 minutes. Get in there early, show her your love, talk about a vital idol, Ray, put it in the chat, and then she's going to be doing an exponentially better show than me because she's exponentially more talented than I am. That's not even me simping, I'm just being real. But before that, Dax coming in, member for 10 months. Thank you so much, brother. Happy 2 years, Leon. I know you're just going to keep climbing. I'll be here to see it all the vital idols. Much love, panel and chat, man. Thank you so much. Again, truly means the world to me. Before I get all gay and faggoty and shit by basically echoing sort of sentiments like that, let's start with Sammy. Tell people who you are, what you do, and what you're doing for 2025. Where you're going to take this to the next level.
Well, I have a couple things coming up. I have a Batman stream that I've been working on. I'm hoping to get it out early next month. It's called CaveCast. I do a show with this guy up here every Tuesday called Tinfoil Haters. I still think we should do Y2K, even though we're going to start next week. I still think that'd be a fun way to start the new year. And I am also, sometimes you will catch me on Gooch's show for his animation blog. But every Sunday at 9:00, I have a show called In Other News. And I've had a couple people on this channel on the show. I'm really starting to kind of come into my own on that. So I have a lot of things coming up. I have a couple ideas for other shows for 2025 as well. So I'm hoping this is going to be a good year for me.
Man, you love to see it. Thank you so much. Real quick, Foxy Moxie came in. 999 super sticker. What do you guys think it is? Come on now, be real. What do you think it is? There you go. Arwen got it. It's that fucking lemon party. We'll get this. This will be the last clip of the night. And since it is for Moxie, I feel like it's only appropriate.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
There we go.
Moxie about to ask for a refund now.
I'm an out-sent Badger. That is my goal for 2025 is to out-sent Badger. Niet, man, tell the people who you are, what you do, where we can find you, and what you're doing going into 2025, because I imagine you've got some incredible things planned.
Yeah, so Niat from Film Comics Explained, going to be streaming a lot more in 2025. I've also got a book that should hopefully be releasing in 3 months' time. It's Picture Dune, Warhammer 40k, and Greek mythology mixed in. Yeah, I've just been constantly redrafting that. Our boy Zach did a phenomenal front and back cover of that, which was just outstanding. So yeah, just once the final draft is done, going to be publishing that hopefully in 3 to 4 months' time. But this week I'm going to be covering The Predator on my channel for our Movie Nights with Niat stream on Saturday evening. Leon should be there, Sammy should be there, and then Late Night with the Gooch the day after.
Bingo, bango, bongo. You love to see it. Nick, fledgling friend of the channel, growing every day, not just your sub count, but also them fucking biceps and triceps. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Nick. I don't work out. I just somehow look like this genetically. You can find me on X and on YouTube. The Plot Strikes Back. I cover stuff, and plans for 2025 are to continue expanding the material that I cover. I'd love to get more into some books, which I should be on the Warhammer 40k portion. So stay tuned for that. But the biggest thing for me as an announcement will be streaming. So you just be sure to follow me on X. That's probably the best spot to find some announcements there. And I think as far as this week goes, I'm not going to be popping up anywhere until I think Saturday. I think over on Niat's stream to talk about.
Nick will
the
be
Predator
on there as well. Sorry,
yeah,
I forgot that.
It's all good. You saved it for me. It's fine. I appreciate that, Niat.
Got you, bro.
Yeah.
Cult Classic Cage with that Tim Banger says, "Congrats to 2 years, Cass." Guys, I'm gonna be real. She's gonna deny this. She's gonna denounce this, but I truly feel like I owe my entire YouTube career to her. She was the very first individual that had any sort of platform or any sort of voice or anything that found me.
She's who we should blame, is what I'm hearing.
Cult Classic Cage, who you should blame. She hopped into my comment section and you know, I think messaged me on you know X, and just her and I hit it off. Major inspiration on my channel. Spent a lot of time studying what she did, how she did it, to sort of improve my game. To have someone like her reach out to me and give me the props and accolades really did help spur on in the infancy of my channel. So the fact that her and I are still like this to this day, girly, it means the world to me. Thank you so much. And then Sammy coming in with that 2 banger, dude. Happy 2 year again. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I might do the work, but you inspired a lot, and that means something. Again, Sammy, man, bingo, bango, bongo. You didn't need to, you did. It means the wild to me. Thank you so much. After AJ, who will be our last one, we will do one final giveaway before I give my thoughts. LG, tell us who you are and what you do.
Yo, I am LG in here. I appreciate all y'all for coming in here and having a good time rocking it with Leon. I do a lot of stuff. I do music, I do gaming, I do blogging, been working on like camera work and all of that stuff, color correction, you know, just editing stuff, you know, actual, you know, intangible skills. And
You
stuff
do
like that.
color correction?
Yeah. Yes, I know there's a racial joke there somewhere, but I mean the literal term. Okay.
When I do color correcting and you go, there's like whites and blacks and whatever, like it's a little too bright, you turn the whites down. Every time I do, I go down with the whites every time.
Crush the blacks. Yes,
Every
sir.
time.
Yeah, yes, sir. But no, I'm working on that. I got a couple of things that I'm working on. Emperor's Court podcast is something that I want to be doing. That's I'm actually going to be doing a little bit more, getting more people involved. Leon, I'll be talking with you, AJ, especially Sammy. I know Sammy, I'm gonna be talking to you about getting you on as well. And of course everybody else in here. But I know Leon is especially because I've been I've had him on my I've been on his channel more, so I've been trying to like hey, I got to reach out to him. I just been everything.
It'd be an honor to be on your show, bro. It'd be an absolute honor. You're OG.
Are you about to do a magic trick for us?
No.
Or just checking.
No,
I was ready to draw a card. Yeah, it was 6 of clubs.
No, 7 of hearts. No, I'm just playing. But no, but yeah, I also do the Strip Club Chronicles podcast. I'm gonna be doing more of that, where I talk about like stuff that happens in not only in the strip clubs but the adult entertainment industry. My thoughts on that. I'm gonna be getting some more guests to talk with that. My big thing that I'm going to be working on is my album. Working on the EP/album, and I haven't rapped in a while. I've been making beats off and on, but it's been a while since I've actually sat down and get a whole full project together. And that includes writing lyrics. So, oh boy, I'm ready to be booed out the building. I'm ready to be booed out the building for it. But yeah, that's a whole lot of stuff going down 2025.
We can't all be AJ, who just gets accolades and people find amazing out the gate, first time on stage with his natural charisma. You'll get there. You're no AJ, but you know.
Damn, I'm not. I just MC on the mic every day, but this is all good.
Erwin, man, tell the people who you are, what you do. You have another documentary in the works, don't you?
Yeah, someday. I got the Rocky Rambo video I'm working on. Same guy. My research found out the reason why people think Rambo's the good guy is because they all liked Rocky. And no, some more on that. You have to watch my video, Leon. But who cares about that? Nerd Wars.
I truly mean this, buddy. You have no idea. I am looking so forward to your video. It might be the most hyped video
I'm working on it literally just for you. I say if Leon, like, it's already written into the script several times. You get many shout outs, very many positive shout outs. Blah blah blah. I don't care. I watched Miracle on 34th Street for the first time today, and it was so good. I knew it was a good Christmas movie, but what the hell? I freaking loved it. That's one of my favorite things I watched this year. Miracle on 34th Street. But let's talk about what everyone really wants to hear, Leon. What princess are you going to be when you go see Snow White? I vote Mulan personally, but I did like Tiana as well.
See, I'm loving the Tiana, but yeah. What I'll do is I'll have to put up a poll. Maybe we'll do like top three. We'll figure out the top three. Put up a poll.
Mulan.
I love Tiana, but Mulan's not bad. But am I doing like kimono Mulan?
No, Scotch tape. Scotch tape on your eyes and kimono would be acceptable.
No, Mulan has nothing to do with this. This ain't about the Asians. It's not about the Asians right now. It's about Snow White. She's not white. She's Mexican. I said Tiana because she's black. So you fighting for the colors. We ain't got no Mexican.
Sombrero. Wear a sombrero in whatever dress you want. That's my idea.
Is there
Latina Disney princess?
Isn't that one from Wish Latina? No one saw that movie, but isn't she technically Latina? I don't fucking know.
She is.
Kanto,
she's
like
Kanto, yeah.
Romanian type.
Don't talk about Bruno though.
Yeah, wear like some Day of the Dead skull like face paint in. That's what you should do. They'll love it.
I mean, to be fair, I see all my movies in the Alamo Draft House, so that would kind of work. Like,
it doesn't matter. We changed it to Pocahontas, Leon.
You gotta be a dark skin.
Oh man. Again, I do like the Tiana answer. I really do, because I'm a big Tiana fan. I love that fucking movie. Spencer, man, thank you so much for showing up. I know you're sick and you stuck around. So tell people who you are, what you do, and everything you got going forward in 2025.
Yeah, man. First of all, you have to commit. If you're going to be Tiana, you need to go full blackface. And if you are going as Mulan, you better be taping your eyes to the side of your head. But aside from that, for 2025 or whatever year we're coming into, I promise to keep delivering you guys all the news you guys can read for all your videos and everything. And I promise to start dooning more than ever before.
My man, thank you so much, because I truly rely. I truly rely on your articles to make my. You have provided me more income on YouTube than probably anybody else on this panel. That isn't a super chatter or whatnot. Just like your articles alone, just the ad rev. I have you to thank, just like Cassie, in terms of keeping me sustainable. So thank you, Spencer. Keep doing what you're doing so that I may reap the benefits.
Of course, I always think about you. I go, I know Leon's gonna get some cash tonight. Finally, maybe he can get a fucking haircut.
Or a new microphone. Sorry.
Or a new microphone.
Sorry.
This microphone.
I love your Blue Yeti. Both of you, we love your Blue Yetis. But part of stepping it up is finally getting a big boy mic. I'm just saying, put it on a wheel. I'm going to shame you till you do. Out of love.
Fair, that may need done. I will say I almost put haircut on the wheel, but I'm actually terrified.
I thought that too.
I'm terrified that I will lose my viewers if I cut my hair. I'm gonna be real,
because you're too attractive.
Don't cut your hair,
dude. I have so many people tell me they only show up for my hair and Hondo. That's it. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't ever get rid of my hair or Hondo.
Ouch.
That's all. That's the only reason they're watching.
I mean, you could say I'll just cut off an inch. kind of bait them into
I do plan on getting the split ends done pretty soon because
Yeah,
it's getting
you
too
gotta
long.
take
There's some
care of
split
it.
ends there. I do need to get trimmed up.
Clean it up.
That was,
Yeah.
Split ends.
shut up, Erwin. We can't all look good with
Fuck is
short
a
hair like
split
you.
end? Yeah, we can't all look good balding as I do.
Wait, I know.
Go on, I'm sorry. Go
I had a
on.
lot of hair, bro. I know what you mean.
AJ, tell the people who you are and what you do, where we can find you, the whole nine.
You can find me on Abomination AJ. The name's right there. I make videos sometimes, not really. We'll do it again. I put out a video today. It was a drawing video. Y'all know I love my Disney. I'm a Disney simp. So I made a Disney Pokemon drawing video. So I want to get into doing more of like that stuff. Well, I'm not reporting shit, man. I'm just making some cool stuff for people to vibe to and enjoy. I should be streaming tomorrow, man. Look, it's hit or miss, but it's the last one. It's the last day of December. Maybe I'll be on somebody else's stream. I'm sure everybody's gonna be streaming. I know.
It's last day of the
Everybody's
year.
gonna be streaming.
You gotta do it. Last day of the year.
Yeah. So I went on Kill Tony. Since you want me to talk about that, huh? I'm saying real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So the Kill Tony thing today was his like New Year's show. And he's at a stadium, and I just didn't even know what their sign-up process was. But I was like, man, look, I can be home, be with my dogs, get some artwork done, streaming with the fellas. So that's what's up, man. We here.
And Leon.
All right, Leon, my bad.
All right. Last but not least, before we round out the stream, I'm gonna get real gay and have a speech. Before we do that, we're doing one more giveaway because I want to make sure that. You guys are able to, again, I want it to be worth it for you that you're here. You spent 2 years with me. So enter Tiana in the chat for a chance to win a piece of Words of Paradise merch. Go ahead. Right as it is. It's not case sensitive. TIANA. I think I spelled that right. And once we got a certain number of entries, I'll roll the wheel. And I see some folks coming in with it. So again, Tiana, y'all can look in the chat because I'm gonna get gay for a moment. I can only do this because of you guys. I've been doing it for about 2 years now, to the point where it's second nature to me. Except for starting in November, I was sort of getting a bit of burnout in that. No, I wouldn't say burnout, but I've made my time on YouTube mostly covering this sort of quote unquote like anti-woke stuff and political stuff, and we are seeing that die, which has been great. That's what we want. I've said from the beginning that if anti-woke shit left tomorrow, if wokeness left tomorrow, I would just change my content to do more creative things that I want to do. I just feel like I can't justify doing that while there is this fight to be had with what is going on with our media, our entertainment, the degradation that nerd culture had become. And I feel like we finally sort of are swinging that direction. So going forward in 2025, I will of course still be putting out news videos. I will of course still be talking about nerd news. Maybe sometimes from an anti-woke perspective, maybe sometimes just news in general. Hey, here's some upcoming films I want to talk about XYZ. But I also will be making a hard shift to long-form scripted videos. My goal is to get about one a week out. Again, lots of scripting, lots of editing. It's going to be difficult, but it's something I do want to do. Maybe daily videos will have to take a backseat to get that done, or I'll just workhorse it like Hypnotic. Either way, point is, continue fighting the fight. It is very worth doing. We want to make sure that our nerd culture and just culture going forward is, apolitical. But I also think the time of just covering exclusively that has ran its course. I do want to do a bit more creative shit. You guys have afforded me the opportunity to do that. And just like how this CounterCast was at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, CounterCast going forward will always be at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. In fact, everyone on today, that's cycled in and out are part of the CounterCast crew. We're going to be rotating panels with just one special guest a week. Again, I can only do this because you guys keep watching, keep donating, keep commenting, keep all this shit that keeps it going. I don't deserve it, and I'm very blessed. Thank you so much. And then I guess the last thing to say in that regard is there's a lot of other places you could be. You choose to be here. I don't know how to say thank you enough. And to all my panelists, it really is a friendship. We're not just colleagues or peers at this point. There are folks I'm colleagues and peers with, but I consider you guys my friends, AJ, Nick, Niat, Sammy, and really can't wait for April. Thank you so much for putting up with me.
And Erwin.
Done being
I
gay
love
now.
Erwin too.
I mean, Erwin. Let's
Just kidding. Finish your dang outro.
No, Erwin, you're an absolute real one. No, everybody on this panel, as well as certain individuals behind the scenes that you might not see as much, but we'll be going forward in 2025. You'll see a lot more of. I'm truly humbled. So thank you so much. We're gonna crush it in 2025. Not just my channel, but everybody down here, especially Niat. It's up to him. He fucking needs it. I mean, Jesus Christ, get this guy above 1,000.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Everybody. So thank you. Let's do this final drawing, and that'll be that.
I think it's going to be Sammy.
Oh.
Hey.
No, he's psychotic. I actually thought it'd be Sammy for a bit. There's a psychotic. Same as Abomination. AJ, go. So I'll just show the store page real quick so you guys sort of know what you're looking at here. You can choose basically any piece of merch besides the hoodie because that's out of stock right now for one. And send me your size, the piece of merch you want, your shipping details, the whole nine. I will get this sent out to you.
Mother's maiden name, social security number, blood type.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to buy that Hondo hat.
Where you went to elementary school. But yeah,
there is a Hondo. Ooh,
there's a Hondo hat and a Hondo shirt. The two Hondo shirts that come in white and black. They say it's all here in the Nerdosphere on the back. The catchphrase.
It is a comfy ass shirt, guys.
Fucking Sammy has a Hondo shirt and he loves it. Thank you so much, Sammy. And then the Bingo Bango Bongo shirt. Again, if you want to wear a ladies tanks, Words of Paradise hat. Point is, go through here with the exception of the hoodie, which is sold out. Let me know what you want. Size, the whole nine. I'll get it sent out to you. Congrats to our two winners today. And I will see you guys all in 2025. Until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere.
And on Moxie stream. You will also be seeing them on Moxie stream.
Oh, yeah. Again,
True.
the raid. We're raiding in a Moxie right now. You better stick around just for the Moxie raid. But until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. And this has been Words of Paradise.